Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DigiVerse DiveCast, the only Digimon podcast where I didn't have a bit this week because we're kind of pressed for time.
The only one where we
It's
skip the
Crimbus.
opening.
It's the
Merry
only
Christmas,
one where there's
everyone.
yeah, Merry Christmas. It is the 23rd. I'm recording. It'll be the 26th when the episode comes out, but whatever. Don't think about it too hard. It's
Mhm.
Christmas.
Boxing Day, is that what you guys call it?
We don't
Yeah.
call it anything.
Really?
Is that a UK
No, we're not
thing?
Canadian.
I think it's a
That's a
UK
Canadian
thing.
thing.
Yes,
Oh, it's a
I
UK.
mean-
Canadian.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we don't celebrate Boxing Day, but that doesn't make it not Boxing Day.
I don't even know
Sure
what
it
you.
does.
I don't even remember what it you sell. What the point of it is, to be
Returning
honest.
stuff that you got
Yeah,
for Christmas.
apparently.
Did you guys know that the Netherlands actually just celebrates the 26th as the second day of Christmas?
Yeah, well,
That's
I
what?
I knew that. 'cause,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we do that. It's really funny. I don't know why we do it. There's probably a better reason for it. I choose to not look it up and believe it is because the Netherlands has a really high divorce rate. So it's like this is how you celebrate Christmas with the other side of the family.
That is
Okay.
incredible. Normally you would just do that on Christmas Eve, but this is way funnier. So
That's the fucking funny thing. Like, we celebrate like the second day of Christmas, which is a thing we basically made up, and then Christmas Eve really isn't a thing we celebrate over here.
yeah, so that's fine.
It's just kind of nothing over here. We just me like it's like it's not actually Christmas. Who cares? Second day of Christmas though. Now that's the real shit. Clearly,
It's funny because like in my family, we don't really do anything on actual Christmas Day. It's 90% done on Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
So like, we have a big get together. Everybody hangs out until it's like midnight, and then we open the gifts.
Anyway, Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's go. Christmas is
Yeah.
awesome. Anyway,
Christmas.
so day of recording this morning at 6 a.m., which I fucking woke up for. There was a announcement for the Digimon card game that I want to
Sure
talk
was.
about because it's cool, and also I've thought about it probably more than anyone else on the planet. So there was they announced Digimon Liberators, which is going to be a webcomic they're publishing based on the card game. I
Apparently.
think based on the wording of the announcement.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy's literally holding a Digimon card.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like it's very bizarre. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work.
Yeah.
But so here, let me just put up images on screen.
it seems to basically
New
be the thing that's
cards.
going to like replace Seekers as the
Yeah.
current flagship Digimon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
Sad it's not an
screens.
anime, but
I-
this is
yeah.
this is an
It's
upgrade
fine.
over
We are
Seekers.
slowly getting higher rent. We went from
Yeah.
machine translated web novel, and now we're getting full color web comic. I think.
But it's still probably
Assume-
machine
yeah.
translated.
Should be.
No,
Most likely.
It might not be actually.
the
'cause
Pulse
the
It is
Pulsemon
less
mangas.
text.
Yeah, the
It's way
Pulsemon
less
mangas
text, so I get
properly
it.
translated. So
We
I-
have official translations for that?
yeah,
yeah, they're up on
yeah,
site.
they're
Crazy.
officially translating. What the fuck's the Pulsemon manga called again?
Dreamers.
Dreamers.
Yeah, Dreamers is just properly again because it's like a manga comic thing, way less text. So
Mhm.
Yeah, fair.
they felt like actually hiring a translator for that one. Crazy. I appreciate that it's a webcomic just because I said this somewhere else where it's like it's disappointing to me. Like I this is not a statement on the quality of Seekers as a story. It is disappointing to me that it is a novel because it means that like I don't get to look at Lugamon and like the Deep Police do things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. The having things like in motion, well, not even necessarily in motion, but
I just don't
Visualize.
think pure text is a format that complements Digimon very well.
Because you want to look at the
Yeah.
little guys
Yeah.
do things, right? Like that's
Yeah.
at least part of the appeal. And it's like, well, here's a picture of Lugamon and some text. You can imagine how the rest are. So it's like, oh, okay.
Like
I want to see Lugamon in action. It's a funny dog.
yeah, like personally speaking, as a guy who does a lot of reading, I've got like in the past 2 months, I've gone through like fucking 10 books, if not more.
hmm
I really don't think Digimon is a good fit for that.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, and like I've read a good like the first 2 chapters of Seekers. I like it. it's pretty well written when you're reading a real translation, not the MTL.
Yeah,
Not the MTL, yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
But,
I think the
I
the
would
MTL
100%
is definitely
prefer a manga.
I also just think releasing. I also just
book.
think what hurt Seekers more than
Yeah.
anything is that the way they've released it. Because you think,
It's
oh,
like, I
a
don't-
new chat, like a new chunk, a new like
Mhm.
part of a chapter a day.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
that's the
like,
worst part.
That is such a fucking stilted way to read a book.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be beefing with it if they just released it in volumes.
Yeah, like even or just like release a whole chapter like every couple of weeks or
Mhm.
or month or so.
Yeah,
that would have been great.
yeah.
But that's fine. So hopefully the Liberator is a better release schedule. So they revealed the main character, who's this guy here, and his partner, who we still don't know the name of. We're likely going to get that in January because they said there's going to be more information.
You better be showing the
Yeah.
other guy.
They better.
I'm going to be showing the entire other cast. Don't worry. I only saved the 2 images because it was kind of. But yeah, so we don't have any names yet at all except for the name of the actual series. They did replay the initial teaser trailer they did how many
With
months
a little
ago?
more?
Like, yeah. With and one thing that caught my eye there, because it was the only word I didn't recognize, was the word lacuna, which apparently is just an unfilled space or interval and a gap. At first I was like, I don't know, are they gonna call this thing Lacunamon? But that doesn't really fit. So I don't know what the hell that's about. It was just a word
I
that
don't know
caught
what-
my attention in the initial announcement.
I don't know why in my head I immediately just like I was like, yo, Lakuda? That's Lakuda?
Yeah.
Yo, it's that I don't think it's a camel.
No.
But,
What if they had a
so
camel protect Digimon? It'd be funny.
That'd be awesome.
you can tell this is a real Digimon thing because the partner Digimon is a dinosaur, or at least dinosaur adjacent. It's likely based off the
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur
it-
adjacent.
likely based off the Archaeopteryx, which is the
Mhm.
original feather thing they discovered, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm hoping it keeps the more avian qualities, but
Yeah.
knowing them,
yeah.
it won't.
No, knowing them, it's not saying a bird or a dinosaur. It's gonna turn into a dragon.
It's gotta
Okay,
turn
hear
into
me
a-
out.
oh,
Hear me
no,
out.
I'm
Hear me
betting-
out.
I don't know.
Hear me
He's
out.
giving me the vibe of he'll be a big cool guy with a sword or a gun.
Hear me out here.
Uh-huh.
Based off its coloring and aesthetic, I'm hoping they go for a Mayan thing or a Quetzalcoatl thing. Because not too long ago they announced they revealed a new Jogris Digimon.
Mhm.
That's a whole.
Quetzalmon.
Mm,
That-
was it Quetzalmon? I thought it was a different Mayan deity.
I'm pretty sure it's just called Quetzalmon.
That was a
That-
different.
Huh.
Hold on. I watched the YouTube short on this. Hold on. Carry on. I'll
Yeah.
show you it when I get there.
Yeah, so like I really like all of the way this looks so far. I'm digging all the designs.
Quetzal.
The other thing that
I'm admittedly like I find the
What is
avian
this?
qualities neat, but I'm not as immediately sold on this new guy as I was on like Gamma and Lugamon.
Yeah.
For 2 recent examples. But
really, I'll blow this up to full screen. I really like him. Part of it's probably just I think it's cool they're doing like a bird aesthetic for him, and also the fact that he's got wind based abilities, which is new.
Very new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tlalocmon.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He's very oomphy.
He is. I really like him.
But yeah, so this splash screen of every character, or every at least character that's going to be involved in the plot in some way, had me sitting here thinking for basically 2 straight hours about what they could be doing, because look at these fucking partner choices. These are
There's
all
some
really
really funky ones.
Really
Yeah.
good ones.
Not
Yeah.
a single one of these is like a quote
Super
unquote
popular.
popular Digimon, with the exception
Or
of
like a
maybe-
conventional
Yeah.
pick or something.
Like you
With
got
the-
fucking Vemon.
Yeah, with the exception of maybe Ghostmon, because it's the canonical rookie for like Wizardmon or Witchmon.
Yeah.
So like I imagine it'll go into one of those two. At first I said it was
Mhm.
probably going to be Witchmon because the tamer's a girl, but
Yeah.
given Ghost Game broke that convention, it might actually be Wizardmon.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that the top left one is also new, because I spent a very long time poring over every single fucking rookie. that
Yeah.
Certain
exists.
I've never seen that thing
Yeah.
before.
This seems
100%.
that guy like screams like kind of rival character esque. So like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not shocked that he gets a new guy.
Yeah. Also, this is me being completely and utterly insane,
Mhm.
but based off the very small portion of the face and neck area we have of this thing, I think it might be like clown or jester themed. It looks like it has the frilly collar, and it looks like the way it's got the deep V that kind of they do a lot with like the
I
Harlequin
know, I can
designs
see
in a
that.
lot of Japanese media.
Yeah, a masquerade thingy.
Yeah, like I legitimately think that's what might be the like design philosophy
Yeah.
of this thing, which is crazy because
And it has like little heart things on its cheeks too.
so like this is absolutely my bias talking here, but if I'm right, I'm basically the best person who's ever lived. That's all I'm saying.
True.
But yeah, so we also have the other main protagonist, which because she was actually like focused on in the trailer
You see
too.
a whole
You see-
And you see like
her full
what is
design.
obviously the art for her new card.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's also here, and her partner is the cute little patchwork
Mouse and shoe.
Yeah, patchwork thing in the shoe.
Love that thing.
Mouse and Shoemon.
This is maybe the most men's core Digimon I've ever fucking seen in my life.
The other little fun tidbit about her partner is the fact that the part of its face that's stitched up actually has like the Impmon kind of ear to it, like that little yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
Yep. And then the other choices are also fucking weird. We have like fucking Bemmon, like of all things.
Yeah,
Like-
little planet eating Oomphy.
Like just I think that one's the weirdest one because it's like how else what's gonna go on with this thing? Does it are they
Mhm.
like how does this become anything other than Galacticmon and Destromon?
I mean the way his tamer looks, this screams like
Villain.
antagonist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll probably
if
be
it has a
Bemmon, Snatchmon, Destromon, Galacticmon.
listen. If they have a face turn and we get a protagonist mega, that'd be fucking awesome, and I would love that.
That'd be really cool if we got like a non-evil line for
Yeah.
Bemmon.
Be so fucking cool.
So of course there's the girl with the Ghostmon, which is the Wizardmon line. Hopefully the Wizardmon line, because if it's Witchmon, I'll probably go into Bastimon and yeah. And then I think one of the most interesting ones for me is the girl with the glasses down here, who I'm assuming is the one that's partnered up with Sangomon.
Yeah.
Because Sangomon is like, it's been in nothing. It was added to the reference book in 2020, and its only appearances are a single card in BT4, and a background thing in fucking Adventure Reboot. Like, this thing has been in nothing. So it's really interesting to see a major like character have one of these. Because it's not new, but it's not well known at all.
It's not well used. And is this confirmed? Is this the rookie for Shellmon, or is that just like, oh, it kind of looks like it?
It's one of those things where it's a Marine rookie, so we could go into fucking whatever you want it to. Because like
it has the color scheme.
Listen, maybe this is just because we are going through adventure right now, so it's in my thoughts.
Yeah.
I would kind of pop off if they're like, nah, fuck it, 2024, we're gonna give Shellmon things now.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
so funny.
To be fair, Shellmon was in Survive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never fucking finished that.
Yeah.
I should.
So I
Most
also
people
should
haven't.
finish Survive. Survive, it was pretty good for what I played. I just got distracted and didn't finish it. But yeah, so it's like maybe it'll go into Shellmon, but like I feel since the most recent thing they did used Shellmon as one of the like main group partners, I don't think it'll wind up being that. The most interesting thing they could do would be fucking Seadramon.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Either that
Anyways,
or Tobyumon, which is like the shark with like claws.
Yeah. Anyways, I think the big thing here that we're all missing out on is there is a very, very real possibility they'll just give us brand new Digimon for the already well known rookies.
Which would be insane.
Yeah. I was holding off until we get to it, but I was thinking something similar for one of these, but
that's gonna be the last one we talk about, because and then so the top right character is paired with
Sunarizamon.
Yeah, Sunarizamon, which is another really interesting choice, and I also like. So this seems like it's a pretty even split with four guys, 4 girls, but who knows? The top right is probably the most ambiguous of the 8, I suppose.
Yeah, that could go either, or I'm assuming girl, but
yeah. So I think Sunariz is really cool because I hope they go into the Blastmon line, because I would love to see a protagonist with like Baboongamon, and then what the fuck is the ultimate called? Gogmamon, which are like the big hulking made of rock like dudes. They're
Yeah.
really cool, and I think they're technically supposed to be the canonical line because they have the same like rock stuff on them that Tsunorizamon does.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it's not just the Rizamon line because kind of lame, but. And the last one is the one that's the fucking
So-
weirdest out of all of them.
So
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Yeah.
we have
just cool boy
someone-
over here.
someone who looks just like a lot like Cool Boy. Like the glasses are different, but it's like it's a very clearly Cool Boy looking motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
using Omekamon.
Yeah.
The little like ex antibody dude who's pretending to be Omegamon.
Incredible. What
Very
what the
interesting.
hell could this mean? It's like, is he just going to be like a joke character that has Omekamon? Is there going to be an Omekamon line? Are we finally
Can
getting
you
something?
fucking imagine?
Okay. So I've been thinking about this one specifically. This one for obvious reasons. This one's been rotating in my head quite a lot. The coolest and I don't think they're gonna do this because the theming around the Royal Knights is very like it's the Arthurian legend.
Mhm.
So it
Oh,
basically by
don't.
default has to stay 13.
Can you
right?
imagine? Can
Mhm.
you
But-
imagine?
What if this
Can you
what if this
fucking
gives
imagine?
Omekamon a line where he ascends at the end to being an actual Royal Knight rather than an imposter?
They finally
I
get
don't-
sick of Lord Nightmon's shit and kick her off the team.
I don't think this is going to happen. And it, like, at most, I can see this being a line that maybe goes into actual Omegamon, which would still be like a cool character arc kind of
Mhm.
deal. Like the pretender
Okay,
gets,
okay.
turns
Here-
into the real thing. But
Mhm.
that's a thought. Really, my main thing is, oh god, please let this Omegamon at least at least pull double duty as Royal Knight support, please. Thank you.
Yeah, because the last Omekamon we got was Alteress support.
Yeah, that was weird.
A little bit. It's cool though.
Yeah,
It's actually a really
neat.
good card for the deck.
Yeah.
and as obvious it is, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a card game webcomic, so all of these are going to be getting decks and everything.
Mhm.
They literally showed the 2 new Pro Tag Digimon as cards.
Yeah.
Main character was green, other main character girl was yellow. So
Yeah.
Mouse and shoe Digimon.
yeah, Mouse and
Mouse and
Shumon.
Shoemon. I'm just that's their name. They're Mouse
Yeah,
and Shoe. The
Mouse
shoe
and
and
Shoemon.
Mouse and Shoemon.
It
Shoe and
involves
Mouse.
it involves into the little old lady who lives in a Shumon. Yeah, I'm like-
His
another thing
final
I'm-
form is Babamon.
Another thing I'm wondering about is like, do we know who the artist for this is? Because I feel like I have
Let me look
seen
that up.
I don't
like
know.
this style of character design, like this very specific style of character design before, but I cannot for the life of me pin it down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks familiar.
the texture of like their line work like is just, like I feel like I've seen this before,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I don't think we know. We're gonna know, like it's gonna be really
And-
funny when January rolls around and we're talking about this in a month and we're just like, so everything we said was completely fucking wrong.
Yeah, we're idiots. We're stupid. Well, hey, we did pretty good on the ban list, so you know, we can go 2 for 2. It's fine.
You know what? You're right. All right. The protagonist Digimon, it will be called, or one of its forms is either going to be called something along the lines of Archeopmon, or maybe just Archeomon.
Yeah.
There, I'm calling it now. It's going to be based off the Archaeopteryx specifically.
You know what?
I'm still going
else?
all in on the Mayan thing.
Hmm.
Mayan
That's fair.
/ Aztec aesthetic. Solely for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else I think is really funny about like the main character specifically?
Yeah.
Since this is a card game like thing technically, we have a Digimon protagonist with 2 colored like TCG anime hair.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh no, it's gonna be a red green deck. Oh my god.
Let's fucking go.
Do we don't have a proper red green like boss, do we?
No, we don't.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Uh-oh. That sounds cool as hell, actually. A really aggressive playstyle that involves lots of suspending effects. Oh fuck. Uh-oh.
It is a protagonist deck, so it's going to be like
It'll get support
Gonna
forever.
go crazy. Gonna
We're
go
gonna
crazy
kill
when I
Lotte.
gonna go
It's gonna
fucking
be, like,
crazy when
big-
I splash this into Tyrannomon.
I feel like that deck brew is very much going to be like, are you splashing this in Tyrannomon or are you splashing Tyrannomon into this? Like, which one is it? What's the ratio actually say, Barry?
I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. During the I'll make this a little smaller now because we're not actually talking about individual designs. But like during the reveal trailer of all this stuff, the second the card popped up with the main character Digimon being green, I was like, I'm gonna play this.
You're green with it.
I
I'm
like how
hoping it's
predictable we
Resident
all
Green.
are. Lot's like, oh, green. The fucking angel's like, oh, Tyrannomon. Me, oh, Mechamon, Royal Knight.
Royal Knight. Thank God none of us saw yellow and we're like, yay!
I feel like there's been like a proper yellow deck in ages, other than like that, like Patamon
I mean,
stuff.
we had the vaccine shit. That's still pretty
Pretty
recent.
much it.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel like-
I guess you can say Kudamon and Kentarosmon, but not really. That's not a fucking
I
deck.
guess that became. I mean, yeah, it's a deck. It gets some tops here and there.
It's yeah, no,
It gets wins. I'd count it. There's multiple deck lists for it out there, so yeah, I'd say it counts.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's not a particularly great deck, but it's a deck.
I mean,
You
when
can
is
play
that?
it.
What does that have to do with anything?
there hasn't been a
No, I'm supporting you.
notable.
I'm saying.
Yeah, there hasn't been like a notable yellow deck in a while.
Yeah.
like really notable.
Yeah, because nothing in 15, nothing in EX5, and then I mean, I'll be fair. PT16 is kind of a weird one because it's a bunch of joggers decks anyway, so there's not a ton of single color decks that came out of that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, the Hawkmon, Tailmon stuff is very yellow flavored.
Yeah,
There's a
no,
lot of
that's
DP.
very yellow, and even like the fucking Patamon, Ankylamon stuff is like, well, there's a yellow color there.
Yeah.
There's actually a decent bit of yellow in Fit 16. It's just not pure yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like I've been doing like there's so much stuff that's just like it's two colors. Like it feels like two colors is just like the way things are now. Now that we're getting three color.
Yeah.
Yippee! Yay!
It was
I don't
funny
know.
that they did
I actually
that,
think
and
three
then
color. I think
was
three
funny that-
colors cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
it was funny that they did that. They announced like 3 color cards. There was one 3 color
was
card
one.
in the entire game.
And I
I
hope
feel-
it continues to be like that.
I feel like free color, like we might see a single free color deck at some point, maybe, but like I feel like they know like
I know
making
it's just
too many
it's-
colors available is
I mean,
stirring the pot a little bit.
I know it was funny. Just in this instance, it feels like the fact that it's 3 colors is basically pointless.
well, I was about
It's
to say,
like
like, because we have
beaming.
Quartzmon that digivolves off 3 colors, but it's only a
Yeah,
one
but
color
that's not
card.
it
It's like,
having 3 colors.
I know, but it's like I'm trying to agree with you.
No.
I-
Momo
like-
has done this twice now to people who have ostensibly agreed with him in like the span of 5
Mhm.
minutes.
I'm just like, it doesn't really mean anything except for maybe searches, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but,
it
like-
allows you to play options
yeah.
of all 3 colors.
Yeah, there's that.
But like,
Like,
that
it's-
deck already plays a bunch of different colors in evolutions anyways, so
I don't
Yeah,
think does armor play like a lot of black cards?
I mean
doesn't.
now, I
No,
mean
but-
now it does with the new like not a lot, but like it plays the new Magnamon obviously, which is part black
Yeah, but
color.
everything there's yeah, I assume it's just black because of the new Magnamon. Like
but like, yeah,
everything there has blue, so all
Yeah.
you the one consistent color is blue.
Yeah, so you tend to focus on the blue side because that's like a thing you can you
Mhm.
know rely on.
but even
but,
like realistically, are you even running black option cards in that deck?
Nah.
Probably not.
Not
Anyway,
really, no.
I think we're kind of trailing off into just
Yeah, no,
general
we need to-
TCG
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I think we need to start doing the
Yeah.
actual episodes.
So we're just gonna move straight into episode 45, Clash of the Ultimate Levels, War Greymon versus Metal Garurumon. Yeah, we left off with Metal Greymon challenging Agumon to fight him. And this episode opens up with Taichi basically telling Yamato to grow up. and trying to
It's
walk away.
really funny how just Taichi is completely right on every single account in this argument.
He's
There
just
is
like,
not a single thing he's wrong on.
he's
Yeah.
just like, whatever. And then he just tries to walk away.
And Metal Garurumon is essentially just like, if you keep walking, I will actually just straight up kill you. It's just like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this then.
Taichi's just sitting there. Taichi is like actually just like, what the fuck are you doing? We don't have the time, or like we can't do. What are you do? Stop! I'm not doing this. You're fucking stupid.
But yeah, then of course Metal Garurumon threatens to kill him, so Agumon warp digivolves, and those two take off to the air and start fighting. At which point, Taichi does one of the funniest fucking things in the entire series, which is walk up to Yamato, and as Yamato's like, "Oh, you finally ready to fight?" Taichi just fucking slugs him in the face.
It's really good.
Amazing. Just walks up, hits him right in the face.
He's like, that. It's like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, you listen. This one's for Waymon. This one's for Chumon.
Yeah,
That was so good. That one actually like
Actually, so good.
mhm.
Okay. Also, real quick, I was drunk watching these first two episodes like last night.
Yes, you were.
I'm not even gonna lie. When he went like, "This is for Waymon, this is for Chumon," that got me a little bit. It was
Little
probably
bit.
mostly the alcohol, but it got me a little bit.
It's fine. It was a good moment. Because, yeah, Taichi's just completely correct. That literally, Yamato is this is so stupid and completely irrational.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then there's basically it literally is just a slugfest. Like it's just cutting back and
They're
forth
actually-
of them
yeah, they're
beating
just
the
throwing
shit out of
hands.
each other, of like people making comments. Like a Tailmon at one point just says, fuck it, just let them fight. They gotta
It's
get
like,
out of their system."
It's like, what's your problem? Don't you care? It's like, yeah, but you think I'm gonna get in between those two?
Goemon is
It's like,
also
what-
says something really fucked up, which is like, "What do you know, newbie?" And it's like, bro, like,
Oh.
not
Dude.
cool.
Like, don't you? It's like, do you not actually care about them or something like that? It's like, yeah, I do, but fucking, I'm not trying to stop that. I can't do shit there.
Yeah, multiple of them make comments. They're just like, they're both ultimate level. What the fuck do you expect us to do about this? And it's just like, yeah, huh? It really
Yeah.
there are so many things in this set of episodes where it feels like they're building up to one of the other kids getting an ultimate level Evo, and then it just never happened. And I'm just like, what is fucking wrong with you?
Mhm.
It's like, I'm not even gonna front. It's slowly turning into more and more of like a complaint I have of this arc, where it's just
Mhm.
like, what the fuck are any of these 6 even expected to do, because they don't fucking have an ultimate level?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
kind of stand by the sidelines, being unable to interact with the enemy at all, basically.
I
There's
can't
a-
even be too mad about it, because I think the whole little mini arc they have with Metaletamon is really, really good.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really good. But the thing is, that arc should have culminated in a certain someone getting their ultimate level, but it
Yeah.
doesn't. Because that would have been a literal perfect moment for it to fucking happen. But we'll talk
Yeah.
about that when we get there.
Okay,
But yeah, Pinocchimon is just cheering them on as they try to kill each other. And
Yay!
again, Mimi is on the verge. This girl, like, she just
Yeah, I know,
separates
she's going
herself from
through it.
everyone and is like goes into fetal position over in a corner, and like it's bad. She's
Mhm.
not doing well.
yeah.
It's rough out here.
And then Hikari wanders off and starts.
Okay. I want to read off the drunk ass fucking
Yeah.
note that I took when this shit started. Let me try to enunciate this as best I can. No, fuck off! Stop with this shit. This episode was so good.
Yeah,
My dark
unfortunately.
potion.
Unfortunately, Hikari begins talking to the disembodied voice of some entity that will remain
Mhm.
unnamed.
I hate this fucking plotline so bad.
Also,
it sucks so
maybe-
much.
I think this. I forget if this comes later or not. Like, I love that fucking little. There's a little bit in like Taichi and Yamato's conversation I really like, where it's like, yeah, Yamato, why are you fucking being such a dickhead here? This isn't like you. And I really like Yamato's response because it's like, oh, really, you know me that well, do you, Taichi? Because, well, I don't know shit about myself, but you know everything about me, huh?
Yeah, it's good. He's very clearly not in a good headspace right now and is taking it out by attempting to punch his friends in the face. Okay. So, yeah, my note here is just, oh god, oh fuck, no, not this shit, no! They all get like everything starts glowing, and they're all all of them. It de-digivolves the two ultimates down to Koromon and Tsunamon.
I demand you be baby.
Yeah, and then like they're all just in a white void, and the whatever entity is speaking through Hikari now. Get used to it.
I also like this was just like they get so they get put in the backstory dimension essentially. And
Yeah.
it seems like for everyone except for like Yamato for that one scene, like all the personal shit they have going on just kind of pauses.
Yeah. This
like
is,
it just there's just no animosity. Mimi's like no longer on the verge of a breakdown. It just kind of halts to get into the backstory. It's just weird. It's such a weird spot to put this in.
I cannot express how much I dislike the second half of this episode, because I wouldn't even call it the backstory dimension. It's more like the retcon dimension with what the shit they say.
There is a bit. I'm assuming you get to this later, but there is a bit where it's like, this is ran at the last minute, and this was never the fucking plan bit about all of this. That actually, like, I can't even argue if someone's like, this kind of breaks the story in half if you even think about it for a second.
Yeah, it's bad. I think it's at the tail end of this when they start talking about all the bullshit they've been through. But oh my god! So this entity that's speaking through Hikari. What the fuck do we even call this stupid thing? I'm not going to use its given name because fuck that. We're not there yet. The thing. We'll just call it the thing. The thing is taking them through like a factory, and they start pointing out some really weird thing that's in here. Like, so there's a bunch of hologram ghosts of people in like hooded cloaks. Oh my god, you have no idea. People in like hooded cloaks, and they're all freaking out, and there's like, it's fine, they're just projections, they can't actually hurt you. And she refers to them as we. So whatever this thing is part of this collective group of people. We know Genai is part of it. Genai is part of this group, which is a weird factor that I don't think ever is properly explained.
Yeah.
That man's gone senile. He's useless at this point.
You need to remember it's been like 4 years.
You have to understand, Digimon has like 4 sequels, and I don't think any of them explain this either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it was funny. I watched these episodes, and just side note, I watched Last Evolution last night. Great movie, by the way. We'll get to that later. But there's a part where Genai shows up in that, and I was like, Genai.
Fucking Genai.
I hate that. I hate that old fart so fucking bad.
So there's so much information dropped in this scene, and it all sucks. Basically,
yeah.
It's like,
yep.
So this entity is part of a collective. They don't have a name. They are just a group of people that were working on
Organization 13.
Yeah, sure. Let's call them that. Organization 13, except they have white cloaks instead of black cloaks. They are similar to Digimon in that they are made of data. That's the only fucking information we get about them at all. They chose they are the ones. So, right, this was something that's brought up early in the episode. Taichi brings up to Yamato, we are the chosen ones, like, we need to stay together. And he brings up the fact, who the fuck even chose us? Like, and so they decide to immediately answer that question in the worst way possible.
Mean, it's like a fair question to ask, but they answered in such a fucking, I don't even know if lame's the right word, because it kind of feels like a non-answer almost.
It is.
It's an answer. It's like, I chose you, and who are you?
Yeah, it's
moving on.
It's like we moved half a step closer to the answer, but we basically didn't get an answer actually.
They're just like, "Are you God?" And they're like, "Nah." Moving on.
Nah, we're kind of like Digimon, but we don't manifest physically. What the fuck does that mean? Huh?
We're using Hikari as an avatar to speak through her because she was the only one that could hear us. Why? Moving
Don't worry
on.
about it.
They're a collective, but like, wait, I'm sorry. They can't manifest physically.
Genai's different.
Okay, so never mind.
But then why can't the thing just talk for Genai if they're like a collective?
So there's two explanations for
You
this.
gotta understand. He's half deaf.
There's two explanations.
Even the light is just like, oh, Genai fucking sucks. I'm making something.
He don't got internet.
You don't got internet.
So either Genai, the people in the flashback aren't part of this collective thing. They are just things that were created by them to do work in the physical digital world, or B, the writers are fucking idiots and just didn't think about this part. I'm gonna assume it's the former, and like people like Genai were created by this collective consciousness of things. Yeah.
That's seems like they're like but then whatever. We'll just assume that they're like made by this consciousness somehow, even though it can't physically manifest in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, as established. This sucks. Like, I feel like I'm bordering on like CinemaSins tier like ding bullshit, but also like if you're gonna give me like an entire episode almost of just explaining things to me, and you explain these things to me poorly, I'm gonna start fucking poking at the holes.
It's so fucking bad. But yeah, they're also, for some fucking reason in this laboratory, is the weird pillar they used to unlock the passageway to the real world, and also the passageway to the real world, those things that were in Vamdemon's castle? So like, huh?
I guess Vamdemon, I guess the fucking, I guess the place was just fucking vacant after the Dark Masters attacked, and Vamdemon was like, oh, fuck you, got mine.
I think that's what's implied.
But yeah, it's, it's, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just cut the bullshit and get to the bit that really bothers me about all of this?
Go for it.
The fact that the Dark Masters were here from the start makes so little fucking sense.
That was like the one thing where I was
ridiculous.
like, wait, hold on. Like, because I thought up until that point the implication was, oh, the Dark Masters became Ultimates in like the time they were gone.
I was under the impression that like the amount of time spent away from the digital world during the Vamdemon arc, plus probably some of the interference from Vamdemon himself, caused ultimate levels to become like a more
frequent thing.
And that's how the Dark Masters were made manifest. That's what I assumed it as. And then it's like, no, the Dark Masters were here like 10 years plus before all of this happened, which it brings up several questions.
Yep.
First of all, how were any of the other three villains even like allowed to do whatever the fuck they wanted when all three of them seemingly should have known that the Dark Masters were here, who are way stronger than them? Second, so
Davimon is the strongest of the evil Digimon.
Okay, so like the thing for me here is that if they just said, oh yeah, the Dark Masters were fucking sealed away or whatever, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that makes sense. I can accept that. And then the whole tearing of the boundaries of the human and digital world unsealed them. I can believe that.
That could have made sense.
Yeah, that's just what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I know like, they don't confirm it, but
yeah, literally one line of the weird entity just being like, after they assaulted the factory and killed everyone inside except Genai because he has a fucking sword and hijacks a Mechanorimon, which
that was kind of sick though.
That was
kind of cool.
Shame he's senile now. Cool. Shame he became senile over the course of 10 years because of the funny black ball Piemon pushed into him. Which this is so stupid.
Okay, so like my problem is
another thing. You gotta remember that time in the digital world flows way fucking different.
Yeah, but that was only
4 years?
Here's my problem. Here is the problem that I have with it. So they don't confirm that the Dark Masters were sealed in any way, and we know Piedmon was already doing shit because he led that siege that killed everyone. So, two and two together, the Dark Masters were just active and around the entire time.
Or at the
Yes.
very least, Piedmon was. Maybe the other ones weren't. But
They
Piedmon
then-
at least.
They then fucking confirmed that it took like several years between Genai releasing the eggs and the Digidestined appearing in the digital world. So my question then becomes, if the Dark Master seized the opportunity during the Vandemon arc because the Digidestined weren't here, what the fuck stopped them the first time?
Yeah, that it just like there was because yeah, like time passes differently. So it was I think 4 years in the real world because they were all chosen to be the Digidestined during the fucking Greymon Parrotmon incident, which Parrotmon's finally actually named, by the way, in this
Yeah.
episode. And they were just like, oh hey, look, it's me when I was however years old and yada 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 and
Drawn
like
by Hosoda.
yeah, and they were just like
Well, not this episode, but
they were just like, okay, we understand why Taichi and Hikari were chosen. Why were the rest of us chosen? And the entity's like, you all share something in common. Oh, really? Yup. Moving on. And like, it's like, oh yeah, your crests represent like the most important thing about you as a person, like the thing you do best or whatever, which, okay, sure, like that makes sense.
why are you determining this about me? You don't know me.
Fuck you know about me.
Why are you typecasting me? That's a little weird, but okay.
There was
if
a
if Gabumon says it, I'll trust Gabumon, but not
Yeah.
you.
like
Yeah.
there was that cool line about the wrong kind of courage when explaining
Yeah.
why the Skull Greymon evolution happened. I like that because he was like, oh yeah, when I recklessly threw myself in front of danger in order to force him to evolve,
Yeah.
that's not courage. Well, that is courage, but it's stupidity. So it's like, got
Yeah.
it. That caused the dark
Mhm.
evolution, et cetera, et cetera. That was cool.
Well, he says-
the one piece of salvageable lore from this episode.
He says that wasn't the right type of courage.
yeah.
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 I do like
Um,
that bit. Although they show they made the Digivices and the crafts and the egg, and like they have like
Yeah.
eggs, paired them up with eggs. I do find the bit where all the Digimon are like, wait a minute, that's me.
That was cute. There's a little moment where Tilmon sees her egg like fall off, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, that's alright." So, and then like Tilmon like comes in to like cheer her up. That was
So now
cute.
you have
I really
us.
like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause during Genai's escape, a missile hits the Mechanorimon. He's hijacked and is flying in, and like Tailmon's egg flies into the forest, and she's like, "Oh, so that's why I was raised all alone."
You
And Piomon comes up and is like, "Yeah, but you got us now." So
It feels
Yeah.
it is a little like I don't know how to put it. Like I don't know how necessary it was because Hikari was already not there, so it's like an explanation on top of an already existing explanation. Like I don't really have a problem with it. It just
It's just, if that didn't happen, Tailmon would have still been there. Just Hikari wouldn't have showed up to partner with her.
which would have been
Yeah.
even more upsetting in some ways, I think.
yeah. But,
Okay, just one little tangent before we. You know that you guys know that that tweet that's been going around about like someone like, oh, I've been watching Doctor Who and so much with my girlfriend, and all these conversations are like, it's fun, right? Not like the war. That's how Tailmon talks half the time.
It's really funny, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, sorry about that. But it's just like I cannot get over. Like I think everything else about the dark. Like I think it's still stupid that they were just here the whole time and we just didn't have to deal with them for whatever reason. But then they introduced that, like the time skip between what we saw and the Digidestined showing up, and it just kind of breaks the whole story because it's just like. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So the digital world should have basically already been destroyed by the time the Digidestined were here. Like, why weren't the Dark Masters doing literally anything?
It's oh god.
It makes the whole Dark Master thing really feel like the show has to like bend itself like over backwards to try to fit them in, and they just didn't have to. They literally could have just been assholes who showed up after, like, in the interim of the Vandemon stuff happening in the real world. understand
I
why they
mean,
felt the need to
do
make
they-
the dark.
Do they like need the Dwarven children for anything? Do they like?
I mean, yes,
Hmm.
technically, but
Yeah.
like it just their goal would have been achieved even if like their goal is achieved no matter who wins.
Yeah.
This is like future stuff, but like their goal is achieved no matter who wins in this case. So it's like which again the ending of this entire series makes none of this shit make sense at all. They had a built-in explanation already. They go out of their way to be like, oh yeah, there were those distortions we didn't take care of before coming back, which were probably other powerful Digimon that were going to be causing problems, and because they were away for so long, they got to the ultimate level and took over the entire digital world. Literally the easiest explanation they could have given. But instead they're like, no, they were around the whole time. They were just sitting on their fucking thumbs for no reason.
I don't understand why, like, because I'm just thinking on it, like, did the Dark Masters interfere? Like, I feel like
They were
I feel like this backstory could have been told without the Dark Masters. It fucking ruins me because it's they break their own fucking story for no reason here.
They were eepy.
They were
Okay,
sleeping.
okay, actually, does these are all the Dark Masters in this flashback?
five.
I don't remember.
Just
It's just
yeah.
Paimon.
Okay, you
Digimon.
could probably explain it away as like, I don't know, they didn't have all four assembled yet.
But then what the
Unless they
fuck was
explicitly
Paimon doing
mention-
for 40 years?
Looking for other Dark Masters.
Fucker was taking his sweet ass time on that. My God.
And then found all
Yeah.
three of them in the course of the like couple of years they were gone in the real world.
He's a bit dramatic about it.
Well, you know, power
I don't
vacuum.
think that's dramatic about it. I think he was just sitting on his ass for 30 years doing nothing.
Aren't we all?
All right, we
I'm-
got to move on though before we start
Yeah, we
talking
gotta
in
move
circles.
on.
They get out of the flashback dimension. Everyone has cooled off. They remember all the conflicts they were having before they got kidnapped, and everyone like kind of goes back to that.
The story resumes at this point. Very funny how that all works. He has like, her thing
Yama-
back,
Yamato kind of sulkily shuffles over to Taichi and was like, "I'm sorry, I was being stupid."
He's like, look,
I'm
I'm
going to
sorry
go
about that,
away
but
now."
I can't be here. I do not want to be around y'all right now. I need to
Yeah.
do some self-reflection.
He basically just like, I need to go on my own right now.
He literally does that shit where it's like, oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna need a minute to think about this.
Think about this.
Walks away.
I do like him really trying to heal it up
Yeah.
when he's like trying to pick a fight with Taichi. He's like, "Heh, you idiot, fight me."
So fucking. But yeah, so Yamato decides to go off on his own. Sora offers to split the group in two instead, and he's like, "No, I'm going alone. Thank you for asking." But
There's a really good bit there too, where like, cause Takeru's like, but like Yamato, what about me? Or did you have to look after me? And he's like, you've grown up, Takeru. You don't need me anymore.
Mhm.
You just handled Puppetmon and he was wielding a fucking gun. Like, you're fine.
Mhm. So Yamato wanders off, and then as everyone starts heading the opposite direction, Mimi's like, nah. I'm done. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of the death. I'm sick of the fighting. I am fucking done. And so she's like, I'm sitting my ass right here, and I'm staying here. And
So Joe's like, I really do not want to leave her alone like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll stick with her.
Mhm. And that's where the episode ends. So we now have three distinct groups of people. Yamato, who's doing fucking who knows what. Mimi and Joe, who are supposedly just going to stay right where they are. And then the other five who are going to actually do stuff.
I'm going to kill that fucking puppet.
Yeah.
Cannot
It's
stress
funny
this
because
enough.
of like,
Puppetmon's
like,
been going
it's-
for 4 episodes now.
it's really funny. Like, okay, like it does take a while to deal with Puppetmon, but also just because of like these little extra detours, Puppetmon is like by far the Dark Master who takes the longest to deal with.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
but
really
like,
so
like
funny.
he literally takes double of everyone else's arc, basically.
It's
It's
Triple
really
in
funny.
someone's case.
Yeah.
This
Like,
one
I-
is just a. Sorry, you go.
Like I would have preferred it if every Dark Master got their 3 episodes.
Mhm.
Because damn, why did Puppetmon take like 6 episodes to
Oh,
beat?
the-
To be fair, I will be fair. Like I say that, but like that's what I said, sort of, because like at least
Yeah.
like 2 of these episodes aren't actually about Puppetmon.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He's still
he,
around
he,
doing things.
he literally
Yeah, but
wasn't
it's like-
in this episode.
Yeah.
No, I mean he was. He was at the start of it.
Yeah, but-
Yeah.
But it was just
Yeah.
kind of
Like-
going, yay, yay. That's it.
Pretty
I
much.
it's
Just weirdly good.
we'll get to this at the end of this batch of episodes, but I do think this ended up harming something later on down the line by how long Puppetmon stuff just in general took.
Yeah.
I'll save that. I will just say, just for this episode, it's just frustrating because, like, obviously I have so many complaints about the backstory shit, but then when the episode is actually about, like, the plot that's going on, it's really good.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it's
It
such
sucks.
a frustrating episode to think about.
Like, man, like 6 of the 20 minutes of this episode rule. It's unfortunate about all the other shit. God, but the Dub Zone, episode 45.
Oh, God, we still
oh,
have this.
boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The Ultimate Clash. Perfectly fine name. All right, name changes first. So Gardramon and Mechanorimon are left unchanged. Their moves are not so Parrotmon, obviously, like his move's name is called Sonic Destroyer, but it doesn't actually show up because it,
Mhm.
Gardramon's move was Destruction Grenade, which it doesn't use in the actual thing, so it doesn't, actually do it. However, Mechanorimon's move, Twinkle Beam, was actually used and named in this episode as Twin Beam. So they changed that. There's no recap on this episode.
Aw.
Yeah. So when Matt asks Joe, who chose us, Joe has a really good line read that just, and then he kind of trails off because he's just like, shit, you got me.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Ty says to Matt, what, you got a bug up your nose? And, or who shoved a bug up his nose? To which Agumon replies, a bug up the nose? That's a bad thing?
What?
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
God, he's straight. Be nice to Agumon. He's trying.
He don't got internet.
When Metal Gurumon tells Ty to stay still, Ty goes, "Get real, dude." Great. The fight is cut like shit. They leave the wind up for every punch, but cut the actual punch. So you just see the wind up, and then it hard cuts to either people reacting or them being like, with like marks on their cheeks. At one point, the whole exchange between Gatomon and Gomamon, she says, "It's a dog-eat-dog world," and Gomamon just goes, "We're not dogs?" Like, damn, dude. You're right. Fucking
No one
Dude,
tell
got
him.
me.
No one tell him.
Gomamon making that kind of rude comment about Gatomon not, like, being, like, really in the group because she's been there for so short was cut for some throwaway lines that don't matter, which is kind of a shame because I like that aspect of the whole thing of her not feeling welcomed or her perceiving herself as, like, not part of the group yet. The dub hates Mimi. When she goes off to go into fetal position, she goes, "I'm going to sit here and stare at flowers until everyone gets along." Because,
Because she's a girl. You see.
she's a girl.
Women.
When Kari is talking to the fucking entity, Gatomon goes, "She's losing it." Like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
When
you're that fucking emoji where it's like pointing at its head.
yeah. When the entity is talking to them about maintaining the balance between light and dark, and the whole, like, the darkness sprawls out and everything, Ty goes, "Whoa, the balance seems to be really out of whack." Like, damn,
Man.
kid, all right. Izzy says now he's completely digivolved when referencing Parrotmon for some fucking reason. I have no idea why he says this.
That feels like just a horrible butchering of the line. Oh, so he was like an ultimate the whole time, or like a perfect the whole time.
I guess so, yeah.
Because like I remember in the sub, like Kosho points out, like, oh, he was a perfect.
Yeah. At some point, Gautomon says, "I think Kari's had too much catnip."
Oh,
Cat.
She's been snorting crack.
Oh,
Peter, Peter, what are you doing?
crack.
What the fuck?
When the weird entity is speaking through Kari, she is using what I presume is just like her VA's normal speaking voice, and it really fucks me up. Just this adult woman's voice coming out of Kari's mouth is weird. Really weird. When she's explaining why she took over Kari, Tai goes, "Couldn't you have taken Joe instead?" And Joe's like, "Hey," because
Because we hate that
Gotta be mean to
nerd.
Oh, nerd.
Joe, commenting on the hologram ghosts of the dudes, says, "Let me guess, these are the elves that make the shoes at night."
That's pretty
Like-
funny.
Sure, dude.
Fuck it.
I don't know. Gotta rise out of these.
I'm just like I'm tired. So okay, this was an important line we kind of skipped over a little bit. So the entity explains that Digimon cannot spontaneously evolve. They do not do that. They do not spontaneously evolve. The word spontaneously is doing a lot of fucking lifting in this sentence. It because it has a certain nuance to it where, yeah, they do evolve, but it's never the way like you guys do it. However, of course, in the dub, it says a Digimon can't digivolve without you. Flat out saying they do not digivolve without the help of kids, which is wrong.
Is it? So next episode,
Sorry,
right?
Yeah,
Like,
literally, the fucking end of the next episode is just like, okay, well, that's just incorrect. Oh my god. When Piedmon is shoving the dark ball into Genai, it makes a cartoon splat sound effect, which is really, really funny.
Oh, you got it with the paintball.
And then finally, the narrator at the end says, "Is Gautomon right, or is this the end of the Digidestined?" Like, damn, dude, we got like 15 episodes left, so probably not. Or like 7 or 8.
yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time an English dub ended early.
All right. God, fuck. All right. We're just gonna straight in episode 46. Metal Edamon's counterattack. The king is back.
I've been waiting.
I've been
This was
waiting
a
so
really
long.
bad episode to watch drunk.
I
This is a
fucking
really
bet.
bad-
I can imagine.
This was a really bad one to watch drunk.
Okay. Okay, no, it's not this one. It's the next one. I was gonna say this is my favorite episode, and then I remember the next one is my favorite episode. Shocker, I know, but
The next one's my
Who
favorite
cares?
episode, except for like something at the very end about it. But yeah, overall, that's a really solid episode.
Mhm.
So yeah, this episode opens up on Ogremon running from a veritable army of Woodmon. Like, there's so many of them.
There's so many of them. He's kind of handling them. There's one time where he like punches one of the Woodman and just part of its face fucking falls off.
Yeah.
It's a little gruesome.
I was very happy to see Ogremon again.
Yeah.
Same.
Me too.
I forgot my first 2 notes for this episode because it just shows him running and then it cuts to the army behind him, or, oh hey Ogremon, how's it going? Oh, bad apparently. So yeah, he's running from all the Woodmon and they eventually like kind of corner him against a cliff. And then there's this weird thing in the sky that like it keeps kind of cutting to back and forth. But before that, we cut to Mimi and Joe, and Mimi is like, "I'm sorry for being so selfish of like wanting to stay back," and Joe is like, "I cannot stress enough that not wanting people to die is not a selfish desire, Mimi." Like,
It's a really nice conversation between like the four of them.
it's oh god, I love these 2 episodes specifically for all of the interactions and the kind of arc we get to go on here. wonderful. If only the culmination of the arc made sense. But
And
whatever.
then a
be
meteor
better.
shows up.
And then it obliterates every Woodmon. They're just all fucking dead. And Ogremon gets tossed across the canyon into a bunch of trees and basically gets fucking like beat to shit. Mimi and Joe hear the explosion and decide to go investigate. So we cut to the other group that Taichi is leading, and they're kind of deciding on like their game plan of like whether or not they want to just go to the mansion and scope things out or get a better like lay of the general area. Everyone except Sora is for let's just go to the mansion, and Taichi's like, what would Yamato do in this case?
Like he's clearly like they start going in like Taichi really just can't fucking.
He just
Part
isn't
of
good
why
with people.
Taichi could just so confidently do shit is because Yamato's there to back him up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And tell him when he's
It's like-
like being stupid.
It's also, and they're gonna go into this a little bit more in the Machinedramon arc, but like the fact that he now feels responsible in some way for Takuro because Yamato isn't here
Mhm.
is weighing on him, especially because of again something else that shows up later. But it's like he's not 100% confident in what he's doing basically right now, which is kind of a new thing for him.
Yeah. I also think
Like he kind of just because it's like okay, like he goes because at the end he goes let's do it, let's go do that. But it's
But
very
it took
clear
convincing.
that he's not. It's like so obvious that he didn't actually like. That's I didn't make that decision. It's just like that's not what all you want to do. So sure, we'll do that.
It's like I do like that he is specifically like, what would Yamato do in this case? Where he's like, who's the most level-headed and thinky person I know? Oh, that asshole. Well,
Fuck.
shit.
It's such a fucking such a fucking classic can't live with him, can't live without him fucking dynamic. It's so funny.
So good. At this point we get the smoke and the silhouette of that wonderful bastard appearing. We don't get to see him fully yet, but God, I was just like, yay, the monkey is here. So Mimi and Joe stumble upon the collapsed and covered in like bullshit body of Ogremon, and he's like in bad shape. He's like bleeding from his forehead and everything. Joe is like, whoa, that is Ogremon. We're not like just
we
leave him.
should just leave him to die.
Mimi just wordlessly pushes him aside and is like, it like takes out a handkerchief and starts like trying to patch him up a little bit, and just like Palmon get some healing herbs, Gomamon get water, Joe fucking help, do something.
He kind of just
like,
goes, yeah, sure.
All right, we're doing this. So yeah, they just immediately start treating them because of course she would fucking do this given the everything she's been talking about. So they start treating him. He wakes up at some point and like is very surprised to see the kids he was trying to kill saving his life. And like he starts back talking, and at one point he says something, and Mimi's like, "Sit still," and he goes, "Yes, ma'am." It's really good.
It's really strong, yeah.
So
I also like that. I also like that. Because his arm's in a sling. That apparently, because Joe bandaged his arm with apparently toilet paper.
Yes,
This is the strongest fucking toilet paper I've ever seen.
Yeah, Joe mentions that when they decided they were going to be going back, which
he's like, I took a bag of supplies.
Technically, they didn't. I don't think they actually had time to do this because the light showed up and they just immediately went back. But whatever, who cares? It's a cool moment. So Joe was like, "Yeah, I thought about all the things that might be useful when we come back to the digital world, and toilet paper was top of the list." So he's got like 4 rolls in there.
Hey, what's the first thing to go out of stock when a hurricane or otherwise other disaster happens? So
yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, he uses that to make like a makeshift sling because he mentions like, yeah, Ogremon, your arm is probably broken, so I'm gonna put it in a sling. God, where are we in my notes? Oh yeah, and Joe is like, all right, you're good to go, and then slaps Ogremon's broken arm.
God bless him, he's trying.
Fucking idiot. Oh, God. And then when Ogremon is like, I was trying to kill you, like, what are you doing? It's just like, I am so sick and tired of people talking about fighting and killing. Could you just say something nice for a change?
And he's like, no, I have to fight Leomon. That's my destiny.
And like they start walking away, and he's like, "Thank you,
thank you."
And then they're just like, "Well, you're coming, aren't you? Like, we're not just gonna fucking leave you here, bro." And so
he's like,
along.
"No, I'm not working with Digimon. Well, I mean, I do owe you guys."
Yeah, it's great. Ogremon joins the party. Wonderful. Oh god. So I think this is when they're talking about, or this is when they're in the tree, right, at night?
Yeah.
I think I was just actually watching the episode, so my notes here are kind of sparse. But yeah, so they're having that nice conversation at night about how it's his destiny to wait, no, isn't that? No, that's next episode.
That's next episode.
Yeah, that's next episode.
Is it? Hmm.
Wait,
no,
I feel like they had the conversation I feel like they had the conversation before they met Leomon, though.
Yes, I remember it's in like a tree.
Yeah.
I specifically.
What conversation?
The conversation, like she's like, "Why do you keep talking about? Why are you so obsessed with Leomon?" And it's like, "Well, it's my." He's like, "It's like it's my destiny." Yeah.
Sorry, it's at the very end of the episode because I knew I had a very specific note for. Okay, that's at the very end of the episode when they're having the conversation at night in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because that's when or it's not at night, but it's the day after. But yeah, so I think Edamon just finds them. Like Metal Edamon just literally finds. Yeah. No, Puppetmon finds them. That's what happens.
And then Edamon pulls up.
Yeah. So yeah, Pinocchiomon finds them because I have a note that just says "fucker spotted." And Pinocchiomon is like, "Tell me what I'm missing," and then just shoots the gun without waiting for an answer.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So Palmon says like, let me fight, and Mimi immediately envisions Togemon getting killed, and it's like, nope.
It looks so cartoony, though.
It really does.
Like Togemon's making like the Tom and Jerry scream.
So Gomamon evolves and starts trying to fight, and is effectively useless. Goes into Zudomon, and they have a little standoff with the hammer versus the two hammers. Zudomon's hammer gets blown away, and Puppetmon immediately knocks him back down into being Gomamon. Like, obviously, he gets one shot. It's an ultimate versus a perfect. So, and then
screaming,
the fucking Tarzan screaming starts happening, and it is so funny that's just what he does as he swings in on a bunch of fucking vines. It's so good.
Like, that does feel like something the dub would add, but no, he just Tarzan screams his way in.
It's so great. My favorite part about Metal Edamon is when he lands and starts clapping for himself, there's a metal clanging sound.
Yeah, bong, bong. I can't get over how smooth Metal Edamon is. Like, he's clearly much rounder than regular Edamon.
Mm-hmm. And so when he's asked how the hell he survived, he was just like, well, when I was sent into the torture dimension from the missile Metal Greymon hit me with, basically,
I was experiencing hell every second of my life. I could feel every atom of my body being
broken down and reassembled over and over.
You know that one fucking Tails Gets Trolled edit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the shadow one?
Yeah.
But no, this is this is just what happens to cars at the end of JoJo Part 2. But he wasn't a funny monkey.
Yeah, so he was in the torture dimension for many, many years. And basically, the way he survives is because he basically is just like, I wanted to kill you stupid kids so badly. I lived and reformed myself through sheer force of will.
Anyways,
he thinks this like
literally the I lived bitch meme.
He sings this like happy song about how he experienced the worst searing hell every second of his life and is now filled with nothing but pure malice towards these children. Anyway, I'm going to fart on you and throw banana peels at you now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to play. It's like I'm gonna. It's like he's playing the funny Animon song, and then it does like the bio, like the Digimon like summary bit, and it's like his signature. It's like just right after that, it's like signature move, banana split.
It's so fucking funny.
It's so fucking good.
It also like I cannot oversell how this bit comes so absolutely out of nowhere.
It's so
there is
good.
Zero lead into the idea that Animon would be the one who reappears in this kind of form in this arc.
I do love how, like, okay, there's the implication that Pico Davimon is like the reincarnation of Davimon.
Yeah.
But there's no proper comeback for Davimon. Animon, though.
He just.
Oh, by the way, real quick, that reminds me. One note about Devimon that was really funny. They basically confirmed last episode that he was the tutorial boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, damn, yeah, didn't have to do him dirty like that, but all right.
He ain't shit. Is basically what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Metal Edamon has arrived. And for whatever reason, he immediately has beef with the fucking 6-year-old puppet. So they start fighting.
I just think he really hates children.
Yeah.
Any and all children. That's what 4 years of the torture dimension does to a motherfucker.
Nearly threw hands with a 13-year-old.
The fight that breaks out between Metal Edamon and Pinocchimon nearly, in the drunken state I was in, nearly broke me.
It is so fucking funny. So, Pinocchimon begins by slamming his hammer into Edamon's shin, and immediately he's like, oh, that's it, bitch. And they just like, so he does the banana slip, and then he tries to tackle him and fails. So Pinocchimon uses his nose drill to hit Metal Edamon in the ass, at which point Metal Edamon farts in his fucking face. And then Pinocchimon tries to shoot the bullet hammer at him. Edamon's like, I made a chrome Digizoid, so he just puts up his hand and blocks all the bullets. Like, fucking god. Oh, it's so funny.
Mama, what's that shit in Gundam called? Is it like Gundanium alloy or something?
Gundanium, yes.
Gundanium, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just, Chrome Digizoid is just Digimon Gundanium. It's just as bullshit when they say it in Digimon as when they say it in Gundam.
Yep.
God, it's so fucking funny. And then during this fucking slapstick fight, the kids got away. They just left while this was happening.
Yeah, they're just like, wait a minute, where'd the kids go? And then Pinocchio's like, fucking whatever, I'm bored, I'm going home. I don't care anymore.
And then that Metal Edamon's like, well, good, no one to get in my way, and he just fucking runs off to. It's like, well, this was fucking excellent job, guys. God.
Oh god, it's so good.
Exhaust.
It's like I really don't know if having this much comedy in this part of the show is like working to its favor, but I am enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I think the resolution kind of justifies this whole ordeal. I kind of feel two ways where I feel like this time could have maybe been spent on buffing out other things that might have needed it. Maybe. But also, I'm so fucking happy we have this Metal Edamon shit in here. I'm not even gonna front.
Same.
He's so funny.
Is it the best like idea, story, or writing wise? Maybe not. Oh well.
But he's so funny though.
He's so funny.
We let him hit because he's goofy. Anyway, Taichi decides to assault the mansion. They decide to assault the mansion. And the way they do this is by scanning the Floramon and the Deramon that are guarding the entrance. And then they just fucking jump. They just jump these two.
They just start... They just attack them without any warning or question. They just fucking start shooting them. And it's like, what fucking, and the both of them are just like, man, what the fuck? Come on.
Like, please, we actually don't tell anyone, but we actually can't stand Pinocchio.
We fucking hate Pinocchio. He sucks.
And
Yeah,
We're gonna teach you how to shoot a cannon now.
Yeah.
By the way,
Takeru's like, oh yeah, he doesn't have any friends, Dearu. And then,
yeah. They all start copying the fucking Dearu vocal thing.
Well,
it's really cute.
it's like Takeru does it. Like he's from the very beginning is doing it. Hikari has one line where she says it, and Tailmon's immediately like, you don't need to do that.
And then at the end, they all do it. Like
It's
for real.
so cute.
I like when Agumon does it. It sounds really cute when Agumon does it.
By the way, that fucking flower bird, perfect level. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Fucking Dedamon being a perfect level. Die.
You're just jealous he's so strong,
They-
Dearu.
They're just fucking slapping that fucking like level on anything in this fucking arc. It's starting to get upsetting.
Gomimon is like pissing himself now.
So yeah, they go into the mansion, and the first thing they see is a Jack-in-the-Box that starts unloading a fucking fully automatic rifle on them.
Again with the fucking guns, by the way.
At what point Taichi immediately fucking it splits them up, and Taichi immediately grabs him and like, you're trying to trick us. This is a trap.
And he's like, no, like this shit just sucks. This is the way the
like,
mansion is.
It's no, I swear I can't stand that fucker, Dearu.
And then on the other side, fucking Florimon is with Takeru, Agumon, and
Patamon.
Yeah. And they go over and like, ooh, a fire truck. And she's like, no, don't touch that.
I like monster trucks. Fire trucks.
And Florimon's like, I don't give a fuck.
I'd like to play and draw.
Hit the deck. It starts beeping, and she throws it out the window and basically tells everyone to hit the deck, and it fucking explodes. And it's like, oh, it's a time bomb. It's like, wow, awesome.
By the way, there's a bit earlier in the episode, but I had a note on that I forgot to mention. So there's a bit where Gomamon tries to fight Metal Edamon, right? And they play the full evolution sequence for both Ikakumon and Zudomon, which takes up like nearly 2 minutes.
They are
and
like
then he immediately gets one shot.
They are like so transparent when they need to fill for time. It's like just let the sequence play out.
The number of times they've skipped it at this point in the series, and we're like, it's fucking 46 episodes in, and they're like, no, let this one play out. We can't add another sequence at the slapstick fight.
We just haven't seen it in a while.
You know what?
True.
Oh. So they get to the top room and there's a fucking cannon in there. And they're just like, I don't know how to fire this thing. Alright, you guys, shoot at your boss.
Huh? Okay, but don't tell him.
Yeah, don't tell him we're doing this.
It's like, don't worry, he'll be dead.
God.
So, and then this is at the point where it cuts back to Mimi, Joe, and Ogremon hanging out in the inside of like a tree hollow. And so Mimi is just like, okay, so you say you're like, what's your deal with Leomon? Like, do you want to kill him? Like, what's up? And he's like, no, he's my eternal rival. We have to fight. And she hits him with the, okay, but what after that?
I don't know. I'll think about that later. That's literally all that matters to me is beating him.
And then
that's the future me to worry about.
Yeah, I think at some point he's like, stop asking me questions and making me think. I don't want to do that right now. And then Pinocchio is having his braids charge on his own house. And then Saber Leomon jumps out of the bushes.
Wait, no, just the bit where Pinocchio's like, oh, I'll get you. Ah!
Yeah, and it's like charging his own home while he's being shot at by a cannon. It's like, those damn Digidestined are probably up there. I'll get you, you rapscallions.
That's home invasion.
God, this episode.
And then just Saber Leomon appears.
Yeah, then Saber Leomon is here. And Ogremon to me is just like, what, like, because Ogremon steps in front to like protect Mimi and Joe. Which is interesting given what happens at the end of the dub. But anyway. Speaking of, it's time for the Dub Zone, episode 46, Edamon's Comeback Tour.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
one.
actually a pretty
Yeah.
good name.
So, a fun fact about this, I'm just going to put this up on screen because I was so flabbergasted how bad Hulu is as a website. This is what Hulu shows as the episode name.
Etomons.
Awesome.
Edamon's Comeback Tour. That is not how you spell comeback.
It really isn't.
Or Etomon.
It's so bad, dude. Etomon's Comeback Tour.
Eto.
Oh, Hulu's a fucking joke. Anyway. All right. Name changes in this fucking... There's so many. Okay. So, Metal Etamon obviously stays the same. Banana Slip, I think actually stays the same. Would you believe it? Fart Attack has been cut, so it's not named.
I'm going to assume they removed the bit entirely where Pinocchio stabs him in the ass.
They did. Number 1 Punch has been renamed as Metal Punch, which is way lamer.
That's lame.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the best punch.
Yeah. Floramon obviously kept the same. Her move Allergy Shower was changed to Rain of Pollen. Deramon, believe it or not, left the same. And they don't bring it up, and we didn't bring it up during the sub, but Deramon now takes the crown for funniest attack name in the entire show, Royal Nuts.
I don't remember him doing it, or the very least
He doesn't do it.
Because
it's just on the info.
Admittedly late, because this isn't like a knock against the show or anything, but just I've just been having a hard time watching stuff lately, so I usually just stick it on while I'm playing a game or something.
No, yeah. But yeah, it's just on his info card. He doesn't actually use the attack at all. They don't have him say anything. So they specifically mention Floramon's attack name, but they don't mention Daramon's attack name when they're going over his info. Wonder why. A tie recap is nothing. When Mimi and Joe are having the original conversation and he starts talking about like coping and stuff, Gomamon tells him it's not healthy and he says, I've been not healthy my whole life, so if I want to keep things bottled up, I will.
I think you're missing the point, Joe.
Here's a note that threw me for a fucking loop. When they're talking about the meteor and they're like, where do you think it came from? Palmon says probably LA, as in the real life Californian city, Los Angeles.
What do you know that we don't, Palmon? What do you mean, Palmon?
No fucking idea what that's about. The dub hates Mimi. When they're all running toward the sound of the noise, Mimi says, not so fast, I might sweat. So, like, this might be a dub hates Mimi, but I'm not counting it because, like, I was so tired. I actually wrote that on the note. When when Joe opens up the suitcase after she tells him to help, and sees the toilet paper, she's like, "Do you have to do that now?" I was like,
I don't think that's I mean, that's just the average. That's just average show joke. I won't give them that one.
But yeah, so my note here is just in reference to the toilet paper. It might be dub hates Mimi. I don't fucking care.
It's not about shopping or breaking her nails or whatever. It's not misogynistic enough.
After being wrapped in the toilet paper sling, Ogremon says, "It's so soft, it must be 2-ply." Like, how the fuck do you know? Whatever. You don't know what that is. Shut up.
This is just a random headcanon thing, but I also like to think Digimon I always like to think some Digimon just have random little factoids in their head about the human world.
I guess so, but it should be based off the data like that caused them to exist. I guess so. Ogremon could be a toilet. Ogremon could be a toilet Digimon.
Nothing like specific, just like just random Google trivia.
Ogremon. At one point, like Palmon's like, "Did you know that even with seatbelts, people die in car crashes all the time?" I just thought that was interesting.
Like you just talk like he's like, I don't know, Leomon knows all the top charting singles of like a random year or whatever.
After patching him up, Joe says, "Lay off the digivolving" to Ogremon. Joe, what the fuck are you talking about?
He never did evolve. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not gonna lie. this was actually a genuinely funny joke exchange that I'm going to read out verbatim. Puppetmon shows up and says, "What has 4 strings and is made of wood?" And everyone goes, "Puppetmon!" And he goes, "No, a violin. But good guess. I guess you guys aren't music lovers." I was just like, it's really good.
I forget if you mentioned this. Does Puppetmon also just sound like a child in the dub?
Yeah, he has like a really. It's not like a child. He just has like a really squeaky voice. Like he sounds like someone like holding their nose and also trying really, really hard to sound like as nasally as possible.
Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
Yes.
It's like dubbed.
Yeah.
Does he sound like Ojama Yellow?
Not like that. It really mostly just sounds like someone holding their nose, but taken to like an extreme.
Okay.
Let's see. Good news, everybody. The dub kept the Tarzan yell.
They couldn't resist.
Yeah, there's no way they'd be able to. However, unfortunately, they removed all the metal clanging sound effects, so when he's clapping, it just sounds normal. I was very sad.
It's really weird because it feels like the dub like just sometimes adds random sound effects to shit.
Yeah, and now they're just taking them away. It's very strange. So rather than surviving the torture dimension, fueled entirely by his desire to kill those fucking children, he just wanted to be stronger. Is kind of what he says. That he doesn't really give like a concrete reason.
Back. Hey.
Welcome back. He doesn't really give like a concrete reason. He just wanted to be stronger and got the metal body out of it. I guess whatever.
Oh, do they cut out the torture?
No, they actually kept that entire sequence in. It's just his explanation for how he survived is like a non-explanation.
Okay.
Just I thought I wanted to be stronger, so I'm stronger.
Yeah. So I mentioned before they cut the fart, obviously. However, they also cut the actual shot where Puppetmon hits him in the shin with the hammer. It just cuts straight to him being like gripping his leg and bouncing up and down.
That's kind of funny.
I don't know why, but yeah, they just cut that part. Puppetmon insults Adamon and he says, "I just got detailed at the car wash yesterday," which is, you literally just showed up not even 20 minutes ago, but fucking whatever, dude.
Look, he's got jokes.
We got jokes.
Be funny.
He's got to work on the routine.
So they have an exchange back and forth of insults where he calls, I'm gonna be doing the Adamon voice whenever I say lines by him because of course I am. He calls Puppetmon a piece of rotted driftwood. And then Puppetmon calls him a recycled tin can, and then he calls him a big dumb knot hole. So,
beefing with a child.
Beefing with an actual child, yes. They really like that fucking fumigated for termites joke because Daramon says the reason Puppetmon is out right now is because, I think he's getting fumigated for termites.
It's pretty funny, you gotta admit.
It's not that funny.
I don't know.
And then they decide Daramon's bit is going to be that he's a Disney tour guide.
Okay.
Like, he starts showing them around the mansion like it's a tour. Like, when they're going into the mansion, he's like, the mansion is actually historical, built before fucking, like, the something war. And I was like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? What?
None of this matters.
And then Adamon refers to himself as the king of swing. And I was like, yeah, let's go. And that was it. And Adamon was in this episode, so I was just having a good time and clapping the whole time. His dub voice is really good. Oh my god. But, however, we are, Jesus Christ, an hour and a half into recording, and we still got 3 episodes to go, so we are going to do Momo's Digimon of the Week. I will transition over to the thing now. Momo, please talk about your Digimon of the Week.
Well, it felt appropriate. I was like, I saw Saber Leomon, and I was like, eh. So I was thinking, oh damn, what could have been? What will be? So obviously this week's Digimon. It can't be Bancho Leomon because he's going to come later. Don't you worry about that. So it's Heavy Leomon. It's far in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So
far in the future, we just straight up doesn't exist, really.
And he doesn't exist now, technically. He's from a dead mobile game. But yeah, no, it's just, they were like, oh, I think someone in the band I finally looked at all those fucking cyborg evolutions they kept giving Leomon and like, why doesn't he have like a mega that's like that?
Yeah.
And there's we have Heavy Leomon. I think Heavy Leomon fucking rocks.
Yes.
Like, I've never been like, I guess I don't want to say this in the middle of the episode because there's more important things, but like never really been a fan of Saber Leomon. I think he looks really lame.
Yeah.
Barely looks like Leomon as well.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I agree. I don't like Saber Leomon at all as an ultimate level.
He's a little lame.
But that's just a big cool robot with a fiery head. He looks like one of those he looks like a super robot or his OG mech. I think there's specifically one from I think it's like Z that looks basically like this. Really cool.
Hell yeah. Love me some Heavy Leomon. I wish the mobile game he was from wasn't dead.
Was the mobile game good?
Not really, but it had Heavy Leomon and Lovely Angemon in it, so can we really say it was bad? But yeah, thank you very much, Momo, for Digimon of the Week yet again. The 10th week in a row. Clap. Oh my god, this is the 10th session. I forgot. I was going to make a big deal out of that. We were so pressed for time. Fuck. Happy 10 episodes, everybody. We made it to double digits.
Awesome.
Yay!
It's okay. We can do the 20th episode.
Yeah, that'll be
big
good.
celebration.
Yeah. It'll be
we'll
some
be the
red
20th episode, and we'll be like, hey guys, it's the 10th episode.
Yeah. It'll be in the random mill episodes of O2, which is yo, 10 episodes, we made it. All right. Moving into episode 47, Oh Wind, Oh Light, Saber Leomon. Pretty fucking cool as hell episode title. I really like that one. Anyway, Leomon has survived and somehow reached ultimate level. This is explained, but the explanation is stupid. So he takes all five of them at this point, because Ogremon is coming along as well. And there's that really funny shot of all of them riding on Saber Leomon, and Ogremon is just kind of struggling to keep up, running behind them.
Wait for me.
The way that shot is what the fuck is the word I'm looking for here?
I'm glad we keep getting the fucking shot of Edamon's ass.
Yes.
In the screenshot rotation.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Funny as hell screenshot. I think it's from this episode too.
Yeah.
But the way that shot of all of them running is composed, reminds me of specifically I think the opening to, or no, the ending credits to Pokemon Emerald or Ruby or something, when one of them is riding the bike and it's from the side view and you see all those other Pokemon go behind them and stuff. It's just for whatever reason evoked that specifically. I don't know. It's just something. So they get into the ruined city, and they notice the restaurant from the Joe and Yamato episode is there. And they go inside, and Leomon just changes back to normal Leomon. And then he explains that apparently coming into contact with the Digivice that one time, which expunged all the gears from him, gave him the ability to Digivolve.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, we should just brought him with us. He could have just handled Edamon and fucking Bamnamon.
To be fair,
from that.
Although he says temporarily, he can barely control it.
He can barely control it.
I'm joking.
No, I'm just saying because no one mentioned it yet.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Digitalmon, shout out to Chase.
Shout out to Chase. Wait, why?
Shout out to Chase.
Because we're in Digitalmon's restaurant.
Oh yeah, they're also Digitalmon's probably fucking dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Good, fuck him.
Fucking capitalist.
Ogremon is immediately fucking fight me. He smashes the piece of the floorboard and then tries to attack Leomon, and Leomon just effortlessly parries him and puts him in a fucking arm lock. And it's just calm down, we can do this later.
It's do it when you're actually, you don't have a broken arm, buddy.
Yeah, and then there are two little suspicious pair of eyes peering out from the broken floorboards, and they try to do something and they make a noise, and as it turns out, it is Gekomon and Otamamon.
The boys.
Yeah, it is at least it was two of the ones that were at Mimi's little castle when she was doing her whole princess shtick. They talk about how the Dark Master has destroyed everything. Shogun Gekomon is fucking dead. You see him falling into the abyss. He's
Into
gone.
the
He's dead.
abyss, like spinning.
He's gone. He's dead. They all got separated. So as far as we know, these are the only surviving Gecko and Otamamon. Everyone else is probably dead because Mimi cannot catch a fucking break. They're really happy to see her, though, and she's happy to see them. Yeah. Oh, God. So now we come back to Puppamon's house, where the Floramon and Daramon have gotten pretty into shooting at their boss with cannons. And
they're just like, oh, fuck this, whatever.
It's starting to make everyone uncomfortable.
It's like how into it they're getting. And
it's like, oh, they got a lot. They're letting out all their emotions.
There's like a line Pinocchio tells them where he says some shit like, if you don't get out of my house, I'll sue you or something.
Yeah, breaching the premises or something like that. Home invasion.
The whole Pinocchio thing is so fucking stupid, by the way. It's so stupid. So yeah, as this was happening, I was like, why are they shooting at him again? Are they hoping to kill him with a singular cannonball? Like, do they think that's gonna work?
It'll hurt him.
Hits in.
I guess yeah, it'll do something.
If it were me, it would just be for fun.
Yeah. I gotta say, Daramon, your aim is fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, they're not doing super well. I mean, that's a bird. How about do you expect a bird to handle a cannon?
Listen, we've already established that Pinocchio is very fun to mess with. So
True. You're all just having a good time fucking with him. But yeah, so eventually he manages to like get close to the house. So the Digidestin is just like, fuck it, let's just confront him directly. So Taichi like kicks open the door to the mansion, like really aggressively, and is like, let's just fight. Like, let's go.
What are you doing in my house?
We've wasted 5 episodes on you. We need to move this shit along.
Yeah, they go ahead and like he's like, okay, but first I'm gonna run, and so he runs away, and they all have to chase him. And he summons an army of red Vegemon to try and attack them. At which point,
you don't fuck around.
Yeah. So they all digivolve and proceed to just destroy these red Vegemon.
They start like they did a little stat thing, and my immediate reaction was, "Oh, thank God they're not trying to tell me these are perfect levels." Can
you imagine Vegemon to red Vegemon with a fucking evolution? Can you imagine?
Stranger things have happened.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I believe it.
I mean, that's yeah. No, I can't even.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a different name. Or at least they just didn't stick a color on the front of it. But yeah, so they basically mop the floor with all the red Vegemon. And then we cut back to the restaurant. Oh right, sorry. This is when they actually find out that Shogun Gekomon is fucking dead.
Yeah, that's
when they come back. Yeah. And even Ogremon is like, man, these guys suck. Fuck the Dark Masters, dude.
Yeah. He has a whole rant, I think.
Yeah. He's like, I can't believe they would do that to people who couldn't fight back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this leads to a really interesting thing where Mimi is grappling with what is basically survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
She's just like, all these people keep dying for us, and I don't feel good about it. Which is, a reasonable thing to feel when you've had 3 individuals sacrifice themselves for you in the past 2 days. It gets a little much.
Right in front of you too.
Yeah. One of them literally for her specifically.
Yeah.
Soon to be 2, but we'll get to that.
By the way, I had to step away for a second. Have we talked about how fucking lame Saber Leomon is?
Yeah, we talked about
it. A little bit.
Oh, you missed our whole Digimon of the Week bit.
Oh God, did I? Sorry.
It was heavy. Just real quick, our Digimon of the Week is Heavy Leomon because I didn't want to talk about it during the actual episode because I feel like that would take away from the moment, but man, Saber Leomon's lame as shit.
He doesn't
Little
look
bit.
anything like fucking Leomon. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Like-
some random, like, I guess just, he looks like some random adult level that fucking, like, I don't know, Ikakumon would fight for the first, on his
Yeah.
first evolution.
Like,
God.
it does not shock me that they have made several other, like, level. Because, yeah, you kind of fucked it up the first time.
God, it sucks so bad in comparison to literally everything else.
It really does.
But yeah,
It's-
so go ahead if you want
I'll-
to shit talk it more.
No, it also leads me to another thought where it's like, it's just, like, weird in a funny way that they're pairing up this Leomon shit with Metal Edamon.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, you two, like, you aren't from the same arc.
Yeah, that's the
It's-
really funny part.
It's very bizarre. It feels like they
I
wanted to
kinda like
get
it, to be honest.
No, you're like, I'm fine with it. It's just very odd. I think it was just literally something along the lines of, okay, well, we want to have Ogremon here to facilitate like Mimi's kind of arc throughout these next couple episodes, and like, showing that she's going out of her way to help people and all that kind of stuff. So Leomon has to
Mhm.
be involved because Ogremon's here. Shit, we need a villain for them to fight while the other people are taking care of Pinocchimon. Bring in the fucking
monkey.
monkey.
Bring in a monkey. Like, it's not like it's not a complaint, just like a, this is
Really
a
funny.
really funny pair, because you don't have anything to do with each other.
hmm
Yeah.
Like, they can't bring Devimon back. He's turbo dead.
Yeah. They fucking had him be eaten by Vemdemon.
Yeah, they brought him
And
back
we
once
still-
and then died.
Still fucking soon to bring Vemdemon back. Now that we even could. We got the monkey.
Yeah.
Monkey it is.
Gotta give us closure on the first half of the series, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, we have to kill every villain.
Yeah.
So this is the point where they start talking about how everything before this was a test, and I'm just like, shut the fuck, no, shut the fuck
okay,
up.
wait. Yeah. This is where they confirm that Devimon
I
was the
don't know,
fucking
well-
tutorial boss.
Well, they don't, like, say it, like, as in, like, that is literally the case. I like to think that Leon just kind of puts it like, well, maybe you ending up in that way was kind of like, sort of, you could view
Well,
it as a test.
so-
I-
What happens is Mimi says, if these were the guys that were causing all these problems, why didn't we get like sent to them first? Ogremon says something along the lines of, they would have fucking killed your asses. That's why. And then he's like, maybe everything leading up to this point was a test to make sure you were worthy of actually being the Digidestined. And it's
I
like,
don't
it
think they're
just-
speaking literally in that sense.
I don't think so either, but it once again leads to my thing where I just think having the Dark Masters have always been there, and like
Yeah.
having them like manufacturing them to have been like the intended final boss the whole time. I don't get it. I don't see what the benefit is. It just
Yeah.
makes problems and makes your story more stupid.
I genuinely think they could have used another couple episodes to have the Dark Masters get together.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you told me, yeah, they were 4 separate Ultimates, all trying to gain control of the digital world or whatever, and then Piedmon was the one that actually got them together to work together and fuck things up, I'd believe that. But that's not what they say.
No.
Like, just having a little bit more would do so much.
Yeah, no, it's this weird thing where they like want to not the main sports. They want to
Mhm.
retcon these guys having
Yeah.
been like the final plan the whole time.
Yeah.
But then they also don't actually put the legwork in to make it work at all.
Yeah. Like, I think this storyline can still very much work, but it takes a lot of headcanon to make it work.
Yeah.
Like, you could totally just explain all of this away, but they don't, and that's the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, before we get sidetracked by talking about this shit again.
Yeah.
So
They brought it up.
yeah, no, but yeah, because we basically talked this at length before.
Mhm.
So we cut back to we're now Wargreymon versus Pinocchimon fight. And it's pretty standard. They're fighting. Pinocchimon's like, haha, get puppeted, idiot, and makes Wargreymon start like attacking everyone else. And then I'm actually not quite sure how he breaks out of it. I forget.
What the fuck's it? It's not Tyrant Card. Alter Kabuterimon shoots a beam at him, and this actually harms Pinocchio pretty significantly, and it lets the wires loose. And
Right, and then his hammer flies out, and Garudamon crushes it in her claws, which
Yep.
basically renders Pinocchio powerless. So he decides, all right, fight my house instead, and turns his house into a giant robot.
They should make his house a card.
They should.
Our greatest enemy, house.
Get the Pinocchio
Final
deck.
Fantasy
It's
VII.
all his goons, and then the level 7 is the house.
Level
That'd be
7
so cool,
Pinocchio
actually.
house.
By the way, we did kind of skim over the fact that I'm pretty sure by the time I'm pretty sure the Edamon fight has ended already.
It has not.
Yeah. Wait, hasn't it?
No, it has not.
I'm pretty sure it has. My note.
Trust me, it has not. Like my notes, I take very thorough notes in sequence. We cut back to it after because the house mech shows up, and then we go back to Metal Edamon.
Oh, right,
which is when
yeah,
it ends, and then we cut back. So yeah, we cut back to the Metal Edamon fight after house mech. Metal Edamon, flexing, and they decide to start fighting. So Saber Leomon is fighting Metal Edamon and getting absolutely worked. It's like not even a contest because he's new to being an ultimate, I guess.
He's also been in the torture dimension for the past God knows how many years.
So Ogremon tries to step in to assist, and Mimi is just instantly throws herself out there. She's like, no, you are not going out there. You are not dying. We are not having this again.
And then Edamon's like, dude, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna kill all of you.
Yeah. And then he fucking shoots his I forget what
Dark Spirits Deluxe.
Dark Spirits Deluxe,
yeah.
thank you. Yes, that's what they call it. So yeah, they calls it Dark Spirits Deluxe, which basically shoots a giant bolt of black lightning down, attempting to kill Mimi. And Saber Leomon jumps to intercept the bolt. And
Body blocks.
Yep, body blocks it. And he's seemingly taken out of the fight for a little while. Yeah. So, Mimi literally just talked about people not sacrificing themselves, and the very first thing Saber Leomon does is sacrifice himself, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. So
this makes Joe fucking snap.
yeah, so yeah, Joe, this is the thing where I was just like, man, you know what would have been a really good conclusion to this episode? If Mimi realizes that sometimes she's going to have to fight to save people, and we got fucking Rosemon here.
No.
And it gets Joe also significantly fired up, and he gets Bikemon wasn't even a thing, so it would be Plesiomon at this point.
Which would be really funny to see in this environment, but whatever.
Yeah.
But this is so clearly set up to be the finale of their arcs. Well, not really, because Joe has another arc coming up.
I mean,
I feel like if this show went on longer, they would have. But it's at this point, there's less than 10 episodes, so I at least get why they didn't.
It's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
It's weird, and it just kind of leads to the other 6 are fucking just nothing to the Dark Masters, and it. But that's a conversation I've already had. Anyway, the way they take it out is really funny because Joe gets pissed and Ikakumon turns into Zudomon, and then he just kind of hits him with his hammer.
He hits him with the hammer spark, and he's like, "Ha, you can't hurt me. I'm made of chrome Digizoid." And then Zudomon goes,
he's like,
"Huh? Okay."
You
and then he just
idiot!
smashes him with the hammer.
Yeah, and then he fucking
How
Zudomon's
did you do that?
You idiot! My hammer's also made out of chrome Digizoid. The more I say chrome Digizoid, the less real it fucking sounds.
So there's a big crack in his chest now, so Leomon jumps on it and fucking kills him.
Yep, just shoves his whole fucking claw through Edamon's chest.
I always get stunned by this vid because my childhood memories tell me the Metal Edamon shit lasts for so much longer, and then anytime I rewatch, oh yeah, it's just an episode.
I also think that about just Edamon in general. Maybe that's just a sign he really leaves an impression.
Yeah,
maybe.
But yeah, rest in peace, funniest monkey. You will be missed. You will miss so fucking much. Godspeed.
See,
07.
another thing, I think it's really funny that there is just no Edamon underneath that metal coating, despite him calling it a metal coating rather than his body.
Yeah, it's just his body. Like he's just made out of chrome. Like he
he's
sells
hollow
it like
too.
it's like
is the thing.
He sells it like it's like a shell, and I guess it kind of is, but it's like that's just you, man.
Like it's again, he's hollow. Why is he hollow?
Why is he hollow? Why is there no monkey underneath?
Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. Who knows? There are many mysteries of the monkey.
He's hollow because the only thing that keeps him going is the thought of killing these fucking children.
True.
Getting fucking torn apart by a black hole changes you.
I mean, you'd figure so, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people doubt it.
I feel like the more questions I ask about Metal Edamon, the more disturbed I get. So let's just move on. Leomon's fucking dying.
Well, that actually happens at the very end of the episode. We come back to the house fight for a little bit, believe it or not.
I was about to say, like, it's like maybe we should end the episode on something a little more dramatic than that.
Than the fucking house fight.
Than the house fight.
So yeah, they're fighting a house, and
it's a fun little fight.
I was just kind of out of it by this. I don't know. Something about the way that this all culminates is just like, man, really? Okay.
My note is, meanwhile, the rest of the gang is losing to a house.
It's a pretty. I mean, you heard Daramon. It's a fancy house.
It's a fancy house.
Everyone is losing to a house is the plot of the hit movie Monster House.
Shut the fuck up. So Pinocchimon is like running off on his own, and he sees like a random red Vegemon out in the woods, and for no fucking reason, just kills him.
And
no reason
I forget
for this.
What he asks him a question. I forget what it is. Does he just start asking
take me with you or something? Which like why? Just
run,
dude. Just run.
He throws his like wooden the little thing you actually use to control puppets. I don't know what it's properly called. He throws that at it and like cuts it and a tree in half, and it just fucking dies. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is your problem?
And then literally out of nowhere, fucking Metal Garurumon Yamato fucking walk out of the woods.
Puppemon's like, I gotcha, and tries to do his little puppet strings on Metal Garurumon, who just doesn't say anything and stares at him, which is genuinely upsetting. It's just like, what? Why are you being so? Why are you being like this, boy? Huh? What's wrong, boy? And then Yamato walks out and is like, die. And so proceeds to fucking kill Pinocchimon with no effort.
Gets him with cock breath.
It's just kind of, I don't know. Like on the one hand, I think it's like a neat cathartic moment for Yamato. On the other hand, I'm like, we spent fucking 5 episodes on this stupid puppet, and he just goes out like that, man.
Like, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I think this is like my like one like major, not major, but like issue with like this whole like batch of episodes. It's like, I guess, like, to be fair, there's not really, I didn't expect them to do too much with it, but it really doesn't feel like they kind of just go, oh, you're missing something, and then they just leave it at that. Obviously, it's like, oh, you're missing a heart, but like, like it kind of just amounts to Doraemon telling him that, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't really lead to like anything substantive. Is the thing.
It's a bummer too, because like I think they could have done something really good.
Like you think it would be like parallel, like you parallel it with like another, like one of the fucking chosen children or something, but no, you don't really get anything.
Like not Joe. Yamato's entire thing is that he has a crystal friendship. Why did they not? Like, I get that they have to continue with Arc, but why are they gonna continue it past this when they could have tied it into that?
This is gonna sound so fucking stupid, and by the mechanics of the story, it doesn't work like this. I kind of feel bad that they just killed Pinocchimon like that, and I feel like they could have done more with it, because he's like, end of the day, he's a child. Like
that's the weird thing. I don't know how much of it is on purpose, but just because like even though like he just kills people, like just because of the way he acts and the fact that he is clearly voiced by an actual child, it makes it really easy to feel bad for him.
Oh yeah. It's like especially
when they say you don't have a heart.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts fan here. So
yeah.
it just makes me think.
With the end of episode 44, especially like when he's like sitting in that destroyed room all alone, I was like, man, come on, little buddy. Don't feel bad. You're gonna die soon.
I feel like just having him killed. I feel like it's just like a fucked thing to say for me because we spent so much time on Pinocchio, but I'm like, I feel like you could have done something more here than just
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by it. Like, okay, Pinocchio was around for all these episodes, but at least half of these episodes weren't about him. He was just still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna fucking push the idea of he has no heart for like 2 or 3 episodes, why would you not have his final moments be like either him realizing that he doesn't have a heart and the reason that he lost is because of friendship or whatever, or having everybody else talk about that and him just not getting it? Why he like doesn't quite get off screen, but it feels like it.
Like
yeah.
I guess the payoff was sort of supposed to be like oh, he just kills that red Vegemon, but it's like
that's such a sudden and unearned payoff though. Like that doesn't really work for me like that. I don't know. This is going to be something we talk. Both Dark Masters we cover here, I think, have really lame endings.
Oh,
and it's a big problem for me in this.
Oh, and in this episode, 100%.
Just
it's just a shame they did have to
Metal,
like that.
Like Metal Seedron's the most non-character of them all, but at least he had a cool fight.
Yeah, but like the way the Dark Masters we're covering here, get like both of them.
I know you meant Machine Dramon, yeah.
I'm just kind of like, man, fucking really?
Just nothing.
Yeah, but we'll get to Machine Dramon later.
Anyway, we cut back to Leomon on the ground dying.
Wonder if this is gonna be wonder if this is gonna be a trend or something.
Surely this will not start a franchise spanning trend. Clueless.
That would be really fucked up of them to do.
In my children's franchise, especially.
No, a trend that even reaches into the TCG, I might add.
Leomon is dying, and Mimi is obviously incredibly fucking upset about this for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And he tells her like, I'll just be going back to the Village of Beginnings. Like I'm gonna be back there. I'll be reborn as well as everyone else that's died. And so when he fades away, Mimi's immediately like, we are going to the Village of Beginnings. We're going right now. We are getting him. We are getting everyone else. We're going right now. And
everyone's just like, don't bother.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Like Joe is just like, yeah, no, let's go. Like he's immediately just like, yes, we are going. And Orgamon's like, sorry, they destroyed it. Village of Beginning is fucked, actually. You have to kill all the Dark Masters if you want that shit to come back. And so this kind of like is like a forced cap on Mimi's character arc here of like she didn't really learn a lesson. You just now are forced to fight. Like it's not even like she realized that like sometimes she's going to have to do this in order to protect people. It's just no, if you want them back, you gotta kill those guys. Like literally Ogremon places his hand on Mimi's shoulder and is like, it looks like we're gonna have to kill these guys, Mimi. Damn.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like you could try to sell what's going on as basically the angle you're going with, where it's like, okay, look, the way I kind of took it is, okay, look, you don't want to kill, like you're tired of it, but literally if you don't take action, you're like, you cannot right the wrongs that have been done.
Yeah. Like I think like I very much think what they're going for is just like, no, like okay, get it. You don't want to fight. You don't want to see people keep dying, but like you have to do something. You have to fight.
Yeah.
You can't this is upsetting, but you are in a position to thing, and your inaction is going to like
Get more
extend
people
other
killed.
people's suffering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very forced way to do. Like,
yeah,
it's a very forced way to do it. I agree, but I think the essence of it is still there.
Yeah, that like my main issue stems from the fact that it's like that's clearly what they're going for. Like you have to do something. If you don't do anything, it will get worse and no problems will be solved. So like as much as you don't want to, something has to be done. But like they don't really say that at any point ever. And it's just like I get that's the implication, but like man, they are bad about yeah.
I wish it was something she also kind of like reached to more on her own.
Yeah, because like my like fucking I'm in fan fiction zone at this point. But like the easiest way to do this would have been okay, so Saber Leomon, like she at some point would have had the like Saber Leomon's fighting Metal Etamon. At some point she would have had the opportunity to step in to prevent him from getting hurt, but she doesn't, and that's why he dies. Her literal inaction causes someone else to get hurt, like and it's entirely her fault. If they had done that, this would make perfect sense. But unfortunately, they don't.
Yeah.
It's ugh. It also, yeah.
I do also at least appreciate because like it's this thing where like the digital world like and they got around this last arc in the Val. Just it wasn't the real world, so that like mechanic wasn't a thing essentially. But it's like it's a good it's at least a good way to like heighten the tension of the Dark Master thing, because you might have been thinking like in the back, well, you can just anyway oh well, it's sad that everyone dies, but like we can fucking just they come back as eggs, right? And it's like no, literally, unless you stop these fucking guys, they won't. So it like heightens the stakes. Like things really don't get better until you take these guys out. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's positives to it, but I feel like there were better ways to handle the resolution of her character arc.
Shocking no one, I am heavily invested in this particular.
Yeah.
My last note is literally, actually, how do people dislike Mimi? What the fuck, man? I legitimately don't understand how people like think she's the worst character in the show, but I'm obviously incredibly biased.
Dub.
Oh, well, the dub, yeah. Sorry. I forgot. I've erased it from my memory. Anyway, the Dub Zone, episode 47.
Woo!
Ogrmon's Honor.
I'm very glad you took the transition I laid out for you, by the way. Sometimes people don't do that. I'm gonna get upset.
Ciao. The episode is called Ogrmon's Honor, which, what?
Wouldn't it be Leomon's Honor?
I feel like that's not even in the top 10 things of this episode. But okay.
Oh boy. I have a lot of all caps notes for this one. I actually don't have that many notes. So believe it or not, I may have been really tired at this point. Okay, name changes. Saber Leomon's moves. Nail Crusher changed to Howling Crusher, and Infinity Arrow changed to Twin Fang. Village of Beginnings was changed to Primary Village.
Was that not always the case, or?
Yeah, they changed it way back when we first were there.
Oh, I think I didn't write that one down. I think I just noticed it in this one because I was paying more attention at the end of the episode. Mimi recap, nothing. For whatever reason in the dub, they don't know it's Leomon until he changes back in the restaurant. For some reason. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but they do. Leomon is weirdly harsh to Ogremon when he's like talking him down in the restaurant. I forget what exactly he says, but it's like way more aggressive than he was in the sub. Don't know why. Incredibly funny thing that caused me to pause the episode and laugh for 20 straight seconds. At a point, Pinocchimon or Puppetmon is looking inside his house and he says, "Get out now!" And on beat with all his words, the camera's zooming, like snap zooming in on him, and on the last one, it's doing like a shaky cam thing.
This is what I sound like when I'm trying to get kids to get out of the little playhouse we have at work. And I'm like, "Dog, get out now, or I'm gonna go take you to the front office." And they're like, "No," because they're like 3 or 2.
But the fucking snap zooms in time with the line read. It was just like, it fucking killed me. I could. So funny. The dub hates Mimi. She says, I could have stained my clothes with perspiration. Because
Women.
a girl,
Women.
clothes. War Greymon says Terraforce for when he's just swinging his fucking claw at Puppetmon. Like
Terraforce.
That's
Terraforce.
pretty good.
everything.
Terraforce.
That's all his
It's
moves.
like that one Dragon Ball Z dub where Goku would just be saying Kamehameha to any random attack he does.
like it's his battle cry.
And now for one thing that I did not remember from the dub. There's a new insert song here. There's a
Awesome.
new English insert song. I'm going to read the lyrics to you, at least the ones I managed to write down before I was so... Digimon, we fight to win. Change into power. We got the power. We got the strength within, and we always fight to win.
Awesome.
I was so fucking flabbergasted. I was like, what the fuck do you mean they are playing a new song in episode 47? Huh? Just play Hey Digimon again. Like, I'm used to that one. You can't blindside me with this shit.
Champions of the digital world.
Hey Digimon, hey Digimon.
Lost the friends to the boys and girls.
Hey.
Number one punch because banana slip for some reason. Fuck consistency. Who cares? Like Adamon's literally throwing a punch and he says banana slip. What? Who? Whatever.
Funny.
And Adamon goes, "Uh-oh!" right before he's impaled by Saber Leomon's claws.
That's in character.
Yeah.
When Puppetmon is fucking dying on the ground, he's like, what is it those kids have that I don't? And there's a very long pause, and you hear the weird Godfather-esque voice of Cherrymon go, friends. And before it fades away.
That's pretty good.
Friends. Jesus Christ.
Fuck this kid.
Friends.
That's pretty good.
Friends. And then he dies. And then while Leomon is on the ground dying and the forest is going away, he says it's a sign that something positive has happened. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess, dude. Sure. The dub hates Mimi. At the end of the episode, where she's talking through her, I learned something today. She's talking about how, like, when she got sad and didn't want to confront something, like, she was like, yeah, like, yada, yada, yada. Even if I might have avoided it by just going to the mall. I was like, oh my fucking god. I'm gonna fucking kill them. You can't even give her this. Can't even give her this. I hate these people so goddamn much. Okay, that was episode 47. Let's go straight into episode 48.
Woo!
Orders
Is this
to
the last one,
bomb
or do we have one more?
Mugendramon. We got one more after this. We gotta
Awesome.
we gotta
Okay.
move. Yeah.
We're gonna move.
I have not eaten since like 7 in the morning.
No, I know. We got it. We're already 2 hours in. Okay. Hikari is sick. She has caught a fever. She fucking collapses on the ground while everyone is walking, and they all notice.
Yes,
They
oh,
take her to
no.
a bus stop.
It's so. It's kind of. I feel bad for Laugh because she's just 90 degrees.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
boom, flat out on the ground.
Boom.
And there's like a
The video is-
delay
the-
before Tai Chi.
Yeah, Tai Chi.
They walk a few more steps, and then Tai Chi and Jimmy goes, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, it's so yeah. They take her to a bus stop to kind of like be like, yeah, she clearly is sick. We need to find medicine. So like, okay, let's go to the city. There's a city nearby because we're in Mugendramon's territory, which is deserts and cities. I guess is
Yeah.
sure. So they're flying on Kabuterimon over the city, and they're just like, whoa, it's America and Italy and France. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Something doesn't seem right here. There's that really funny shot of Taichi's hair being 3/4
Oh yeah,
of the frame.
Taichi's hair is going crazy in this episode.
I have the screenshot in the rotation. It's shown up once or twice, but yeah, it's like 3/4
Yeah.
of the frame. It's weird.
I okay, so I realized I really liked Hagurumon this episode because I saw those little guys pop up and I'm like, yo, it's
Yeah.
Hagurumon.
Look at him.
I
love
love
the-
the Figuremon.
I love those little guys. Look at
Yeah.
him.
I also, this is where we, in case you weren't sure, we're dealing with Mugendrum this episode. I forgot.
He's so cool.
I completely forgot the angle they take with him in this show is that he's like a drill sergeant.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig it.
Well,
I
not
do
drill
like the
sergeant, like a
heavy metal army.
commander.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's just what?
Ah, my legs!
No, oh, fuck.
No.
Okay, we're fine.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because it's always like, oh, the Machine Empire and shit.
Yeah.
By
it's
the
the-
way,
I'm still not
real
used to saying
quick,
that.
Metal Empire Army significantly more real than the Deep Savers Army.
100%.
True. We see it, and it's fucking huge. It has more than
It's
5
huge.
members.
It's huge. One of its members is an Malakarimon.
What, bro? What the fuck? We miss him.
Share if you miss.
We miss him.
I
miss
just
him.
like the way that like he feels very appropriately like semi-final boss, if that makes sense, because he clearly represents such a bigger threat than either Metal Seedramon or Pinocchimon do.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
But yeah, so they find like an old Abansion Mansion, and they go ahead and just
Hold
leave.
up.
Huh? What's up?
Abansion Mansion.
Did I say Abansion Mansion?
Yeah.
Can that be the title of this episode?
No. God damn it! God fucking damn it! Fine.
Abansion
Okay, only if
Mansion.
you add Dearu to the end of it.
the old Abansion Mansion, they are.
Yes, please.
God fucking damn
There
it.
we go.
Fine.
I'm
Fine.
like, I could be wrong, but that's absolutely what I heard.
Because like I thought I said it too, but I was just gonna move on and hope no one caught it. But you motherfucker, whatever. They're in the Abansion Mansion, and fucking they're we gotta move on. You can't keep doing this to me. Ikari is, sick in bed. They're just like, okay, we're gonna go out and find medicine. We're gonna look for like pharmacies and hospitals, etc. Taichi's like, I'm gonna go alone. Takaru wants to come with, and he's like, no, Takaru, I need you to stay here and protect everybody. That's your job. You stay here and you protect everybody. And then, he's leaving on
He's
his
like,
own.
yeah, boss.
So I'm in subs. Did I miss it? Did Taichi not take Koshiro with him on purpose, or was that
No, he took Koshiro with him.
he
Take Koshiro
intentionally
with him.
took him, right?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, he
Yes.
specifically
Okay.
didn't because he's very much like I'm responsible for Takaru now. If Yamato, I can't
Like-
let
like-
Yamato down.
Like he feels responsible for Takaru, and the responsibility for Hikari is also like it's like kind
Yes.
of doubly weighing on him. So he's like, no, like, are you're both staying here?
Okay, I just need to add a note to my dub zone real quick.
Okay, fun.
Oh no.
He doesn't specifically. I don't think he specifically says,
Mhm.
"I'm Koshiro, you come with me." But it's kind of obvious because he's got the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but yep, okay. So
By the way, oh no, wait, this is later. Never mind. Whoops.
Okay.
My bad.
That's fine. So yeah, they're going along. Koshiro hacks into a phone booth to find out where all the drugstores and hospitals are, and they decide to head to the closest one. Fucking next note, I forgot that's what this is. So
Mhm.
I think this happens later, but they're like in the drugstore and the hospital and everything, and Mugendramon is Mugendramon is like tracking their location, and he's like, okay, bomb the hospital. And my note is just
Oh,
Mugendramon, no, that is very much a war crime. No.
I like when they're in the hospital and they're like trying to figure out which medicine is the correct one, and fucking Taichi says the line, "Man, Joe's never around when you need him."
Yeah. Really funny.
They're all sweet. Like Joe's a bit of a dumbass sometimes, but they are way too mean to him.
A little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. They do it out of love, probably. Ignore the fact that he's not particularly in future Digimon media.
Oh, I'd
No.
resent that so much.
He's studying. Don't worry about it.
To be fair, Gomamon does get hit by a bus at one point.
Get way ahead of
Jesus.
yourself. Okay, so yeah, they look up like they're like directly comparing like medical like medication names to like a categorized list in the hospital to be like, fuck, which one of these is the goddamn like fever reducer? And they eventually find it, which is great. And as they're leaving, Taichi, I think this is just when he has the flashback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because he goes into like a reception. I think the
Mhm.
receptionist area, and it looks just like the one from his flashback.
yeah, so at this point we find out the fun fact that Taichi has even more trauma. Oh my god, this is probably the most traumatized child in media. Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? He just cannot catch a break.
He brings up the time he almost got his sister killed.
Yeah, well, no, he doesn't bring that up yet. He just has the flashback at first.
The first or the
Yeah.
second time? I'm kidding.
God. My next note is Koshiro, come on, man, you can't just raw dog the Ethernet port like that. You need to get a VPN, which I wrote not knowing what happens later in the episode, and I was like, oh fuck. Mugendramon is like, no, bomb the hospital, which is like, dude, like
No,
I get
dude,
it, but
that's a
Straight up.
very, very sensitive time to be doing things like that, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
yes, this episode has a lot of that.
A little bit.
That's what
Um,
happens.
They get accosted by like an army of Mechanorimon, and I noticed
And
why does Mechanorimon sound like that?
Twinkle beam.
Twinkle beam.
Yeah. So, also, just as because yeah, they're in the hospital and like they do the twinkle beam and the hyper cannon, and they're firing at each other from opposite sides of the hallway. And the animation of Taichi shoulder tackling the door to open it is like weirdly smooth.
And the explosion is huge.
Yeah, they like duck out the window and then it blows up the entire room they were just in. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, so they managed to give them the slip. Koshiro finally realizes that him accessing the internet raw dog has been what is allowing Mugendramon to track them.
Not the best of ideas, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it's my fault. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie.
No one knew about IP addresses back then, probably.
It was the 90s, dude.
I'm actually kind of curious if this episode was like weirdly ahead of its time. It might have been. Did VPNs
might
even
have
fucking
been.
exist back
Mhm.
then?
God, who
The-
fucking
the-
knows?
The thing that happens next is really funny. So, like, basically a bunch of fighting happens. Agumon goes from Greymon and then into Metal Greymon. And then Metal Greymon, like, walks down an alleyway, and the Hagurumon are like, ah, shit, we lost him, sir. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, he's walked down an alleyway. He's a giant fucking dinosaur. How'd you miss it? How'd you lose him?
Yeah. It's just like turned down an alleyway. He's gone. He's gone.
Ah, fuck, we missed him, dude.
I
That guy-
what can we do?
That guy wanted to clock out early today.
Actual babies, no
The
object
Metal
permanence.
Empire don't pay enough for this shit.
He doesn't pay us anything. He pays
Yo.
us like killing us.
Yo, my friend Anamalo Karimon.
I hear they got it real good in the Deep Savers. Haven't heard from him in a while though. Wonder what's up.
What would
They
happen to
don't
those
even-
guys?
They don't even have dental.
Don't even
Do
have
they,
dental.
do they need it?
Hagurumon has
sure.
teeth,
I mean,
right?
have you seen Mechanorimon? He probably needs dental.
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ. I have a note here that just says adios. I think at some point Piemon is like looking at them on a monitor and just like adios.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, oh yeah, no, fucking Mugendra doesn't show any weaknesses. They're probably fucked. Bye, bye, guys.
He's
He
like, "Damn."
basically kind of confirms that he didn't really believe in the other two. And was like, yeah, whatever. Mugendramon was gonna handle it either way.
Yeah, really good. So at this point is when Taichi starts explaining his more trauma, and bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My note is, oh, bro, Taichi, yeah, that was your fault, dude. Jesus Christ, she almost fucking died?
Yeah. Fucking spent 3 days on the verge of death. Fucking insane.
Yeah, so he comes. So one day Hikari was sick. He comes home from school and he sees her just sitting at the TV. So he's like, "Oh, she must be fine. Let's go outside and play some football."
Mm-hmm.
Start,
It's
and-
soccer, actually.
Shut the
Really,
fuck
you're
up,
doing
April.
this now? Again, she kicks the ball. They start kicking the ball a bit, and then she immediately fucking collapses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's obviously brought to a hospital because, you know, they were in a public park, so they was able to get help very
Yeah.
quickly. His mom walks up and just slaps him and is like, what is wrong with you? You knew she
Yeah.
was sick. Why did you do this? Which, to like, you know, don't hit your kids. But to be
But
fair,
also, I get it.
yeah, it's like, holy shit, she almost fucking died.
He's
Yeah.
but he's also like 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like, it is absolutely his fault. And like, yeah, again, don't hit your fucking kids.
Yeah.
But totally understandable for her to be that upset.
I know, I totally get
it's
it.
one of those cases where, like, I don't condone it, obviously, but, like, she's in a very high emotional state over the fact that her, like, 3-year-old daughter nearly fucking died
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
is currently in the hospital on the verge of death. I feel like, you know, not an excusable reaction, but an, like, understandable one, I
Yes.
feel.
Not an excuse, but
Mhm.
an explanation. Oh,
Different era.
Jesus. So yeah, so when, you know, Taichi's just like, yeah, so like the whole her being sick thing is weighing a little heavily on my mind right now, and it's causing me to be a little stressed out. And Koshiro's like, got it, dude. I'll
It's
keep
like-
that in
it's like-
mind.
It's like don't worry, dude. Just, you know, we can't. Just don't act recklessly. But we'll
Mhm.
get her fucking. We got her the medicine.
Koshiro finally gets a VPN.
Yeah.
He installs a P-Safe software to like help mask their location, which is literally just a VPN. It's very funny.
Where's
No,
VPN
he does
Mon
it.
when we need him?
No, it's not quite a VPN because it doesn't mask his location. It just makes his location be everywhere.
True. I mean, he's bouncing off multiple
I mean,
relay
that's
points.
what a VPN is.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah,
if you get a weird one.
basically. So Mugendramon at this point just says, "Fuck it, let's bomb the
Carpet
whole
bomb
thing."
them.
But
Yep.
okay, so and this is so stupid. He specifically refers to this as Plan Z.
Yep, sure does.
Did anyone else think of the SpongeBob movie when he said this, or am I just?
Z, the letter after Y. Ramon just turns around like, Z?
God.
He starts saying Plan Z a bunch, and I'm like, oh no, stop, please.
Oh my god, Mugendramon, there it is, Plan Z.
Oh brother.
This is gonna be one of those things where I'm like, the dub's name for this might actually be better. They don't go with Plan Z, but so it's just the actual scorched earth policy. He's like, yeah, he's just like bomb the whole city, just level the whole thing.
If we don't know what hospital they're in, let's just bomb everyone.
So then we get Gigadramon and Megadramon performing their signature move, genocide attack.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking
Fucking insane.
genocide attack and genocide gear. Yeah. It's oh boy, this is an episode to watch.
In current climate, yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Just as a funny aside, I'd like to let everyone know I'm taking part in a boycott right now where I'm not eating any McDonald's or Burger King or stuff like that. You know, I just thought I'd bring that up.
Yo,
for now,
same hat.
For
Yeah, me
particular,
too.
you know, just for no real reason.
Same.
So oh, right. So they get back to the house because they have the medicine and they get back there. And Taichi's like, we made it back! Yay! And as he's running up to it, a missile hits it and just fucking detonates the entire thing. And it's like, oh shit.
And then another bomb is about to hit on him, and then it's like, don't worry, they're fine. They literally appear out of a hedge.
You know,
Yeah.
Angemon pops up and deflects the other missile, and it's like, hey Taichi, we're all okay.
Yeah.
Fucking Takaru the MVP once again, by the
Yeah.
way.
He's like,
Yeah.
I did it. I protected everybody, just like you said. And also, the
There's-
reason they were able to escape was because they heard the fucking bombs. So they got out of there. Jesus
Honestly-
Christ.
And anyway, then Mugendron's just like, hey,
It's like, oh, there you are. Hello. I'm gonna kill you all now.
I really like this thing that's going on in this episode where it feels like they can never get one over Mugendramon, right?
Mhm,
Because it's
yeah.
like at first Koshiro is like, okay, well I can track everything with the Ethernet thing. Okay, well actually Mugendramon was like monitoring that the whole time. Oh well, then I'll just mask it by making him think like I'm everywhere. Mugendramon just bombs everything in
Yeah.
response. They get out like unscathed despite that. Don't matter. Mugendramon knew where they were and just fucking blast them. I liked this a lot because it sells him as like the most credible threat, where it just doesn't feel like they can get one over him this
Yeah.
entire episode.
I like to think of it as the reason he was able to just show up at the house is because by bombing literally everything, the kids are forced to move anyway. So as long as he's paying enough attention, he's gonna find them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because they have to move above ground. And then he blasts a hole in the floor and he sends the kids to the Shadow Realm.
And the episode just that's
Ends.
where it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They clearly get split up. They're split into pairs of Taichi and Koshiro and then everyone
They-
else.
The pairs they were already split off in.
Yeah. They just get re-split up.
This
Oh,
was a good episode. I like this
Yeah.
one a lot.
Yeah.
It's good. I like this one.
Honestly,
so-
pretty solid pair of episodes this
Yeah.
week.
I have some like complaints about very specific things in some of the
Yeah.
episodes, but overall this was like a good set.
Yeah, if you,
Yeah.
as long as you don't think about it too hard, pretty good.
It's a very high highs, low lows,
Yeah.
personally.
The lowest being anything to do with Hikari.
Yes.
A little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
just throwing this out there, I hope we can get through the next episode quick. I don't like the next episode much at all.
Yeah, no, I really don't like it
Yeah.
either. But first we have to do the dub zone, episode 48, My Sister's Keeper. Cool Bible reference, dub crew? Huh?
Is that a Bible reference?
Yeah, it's
I've
referring
heard-
to My Brother's Keeper, which is referencing the story of
I mean,
Cain and Abel.
I mean, let's be fair here. Whoever's localized it, like whoever does this kind of localization for like a 90s kids dubs is probably 50, like deeply Christian and hates his wife, so whatever.
True.
True.
That's just
Uh,
isn't that like a large majority of just American dubs?
Yeah,
much.
this
Yes.
this one is Canadian, isn't it?
Saban?
No.
I don't think
Is
Saban's
it?
an American company.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
Saman's
Okay,
US, yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Ocean. Ocean's Canadian.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Ocean. Yeah, where's I don't know where Saban's located, but it's not Funimation, which is actually just in
The deep south.
dead yeah. Literally just Texas.
Texas, yeah. All right, so name changes. Would you believe it? There are some name changes this episode. Bet you can't guess what. Anyway, Tankmon and its move Hyper Cannon were left alone. However, while Megadramon and Gigadramon's names were left unchanged, their attack names were changed. Can you
God,
believe
I
it?
wonder why.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
That's funny. Couldn't imagine why.
Genocide Attack was changed to Dark Side Attack, and Genocide Gear was unnamed because they weren't going to do that.
Yeah.
Gomamon does the recap. It is nothing. When they're flying over the city, Takeru goes, "Is that America?" It's like, aren't you? Okay. Right, you're technically actually from Japan because they only tried with the one name change that just left everything else Japanese because who fucking cares at this point? But sorry, they're somewhere south of Alaska. Anyway,
When your dub is
But also
broken.
Japan.
When they're talking about how it has all these monuments from various countries, they say it's like that theme park in Florida. Like, what? No? Disney
No?
doesn't have those things. You're thinking of Vegas, you fucking moron?
No, they're clearly thinking about Disney. I've been there. Trust me, it's real.
Disney has a bunch of worldwide landmarks everywhere.
Epcot.
Yeah, I guess Epcot does have that kind of stuff in it, but like, did Epcot even exist in the? I guess that was more recent. Whatever. I'm not gonna get distracted by this. So yeah, Machine Dramon talks a lot more in the dub than it did in the sub.
course he does.
Yeah,
Of
Makes
course he
sense.
does.
it's still like whatever. Like they don't change him as a character all that much, so it's fine. For whatever reason, when he's calling upon his the Metal Army or Metal Empire Army, when they're marching, they all go ha 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 like over and over again.
It's because they're evil.
I guess it's weird. It's like really weird. My next
Is-
note, they're still chanting. The Hagurumon constantly refer to Machine as my lord sir, which is grating after the 17th time they say it.
I'm always
Um,
saying this though, so
The flashback somehow makes Tai seem worse. Because rather than it just being him coming home from school and being like, oh, she's, up and watching TV, she's probably fine now, I can invite her out to play. He says, on the way home from school, all I was thinking about was soccer. So when I got home and I saw her, I was like, oh, I'll just invite her out to play. But, bro,
That's so much worse.
that's so much worse. Like, infinitely worse. But yeah, so, they make him seem like even more of a dumbass idiot.
Yeah.
The part where his mother slaps him has obviously been cut from the dub, shocker. Rather than saying she was on the verge of death for 3 days, he just said she had pneumonia or something.
or
So-
something.
Yeah, or
Or
something.
something. Tuberculosis.
She had
Come on.
COVID actually.
You have COVID.
I think he's COVID. The VPN is a trick a computer programmer taught Izzy once. Which, okay. You could have just called it a program. I don't really know why I had to go out of your way to, explain it. Plan Z has been changed to eliminate. Like the number 8.
Mm,
And
No,
the
this is
Hag-
worse still.
the
This is
Hag-
worse.
It gets worse. The Hagurumon says, eliminate? How about eliminate 9? At which
Okay,
point
now it's even worse.
I wanted to tear my hair out. Yeah. Anyway, they call Megadramon fully digivolved.
of
'Cause,
course.
again, it's a perfect level, so it's fully digivolved. Even though they know what ultimates are and have known what ultimates are for like 10 episodes now.
Of course.
Is he the strongest evil Digimon?
Maybe. Yet to be seen. We'll find out if anyone can kill Anjumon. And that was it. This episode was pretty light on actual dub notes. Admittedly, I was in the middle of having a conversation in Cool Gang about my musical taste, so
Yeah, you were.
I was distracted. Wait, we're not going to talk about that on the podcast. I think you're all fucking
We're
insane
not.
and really weird about it, but we're not going to talk about it.
Now I want to know.
We'll talk about it after.
You can scroll back.
We'll talk
talk
about
about
it
it
after
after.
the episode. I wanted to I
Yeah.
want to drink.
Yeah. Episode 49. Goodbye, Numamon.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
All right.
I really didn't like this one. Like
Yeah,
at
this
all.
This episode sucks.
yeah.
This episode sucks real bad. Okay, so let's just try to blow through as quickly as possible. So all the kids have been separated. Hikari is now mostly better because she had the medicine. She wakes up to, who the fuck is near her? Takaru and Piamon?
Takuro and Delmon.
Tailmon, that's it, thank you. Yes, Patamon has gone off along with Sora and Piamon to try to find other people. They return. They have not found anybody. So they all decide to just kind of, set out to look for everyone else. They stumble upon Waru Manzaemon, whipping a bunch of fucking Numamon to have them run the machines of the city. They're like a labor force. Hikari feels bad for all the Numamon, and she begins glowing with the power of that godforsaken fucking entity who ruined the show.
Literally like Ex Machina type bullshit.
It's such a Deus Ex Machina. It's like the literal definition of that fucking term.
Yeah. So it keeps hanging. Like, this is just something I noticed. It keeps hanging on the fucking shot of one Numamon's mouth, taking up 3/4 of the frame. I don't fucking know why. It started bothering me because it hung on it for like 10 seconds. While they're running from the Waru Manzaemon, they realize they can't evolve, so their best strategy is just keep fucking running.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it
I love this bit they do. This running bit at the episode.
Yes.
Every time someone tries to evolve, it shows like the the bit in the sequence where they start to spin, and it's like, but then it kind of peters out and then just goes into reverse, and they're like,
They start spinning in reverse.
Agumon Shinka.
It's
good.
pretty funny.
Greymon?
Anyway, meanwhile, the ensuing chase that happens between Waru, Monzai, the fucking kids, is
It's
such
a little funny.
It's funny, but it's such a I don't know what your tone is kind of moment.
Yeah, we went from I feel so bad for this fucking slave labor force. Anyway, let's have a slapstick chase scene.
Oh,
It's really funny, but it's also what's going on.
I will admit the part that I think this is like the hardest I've laughed at the show in a while is that bit where Pete, Diomon, and Palmon are like, "Oh my god,
Yes.
look at me! I'm flying! I'm flying!
I'm going so
You can't-
fast."
Why are you trying so hard to escape from reality? Or whatever, however it goes, it's really fucking funny.
God. So yeah, Watermontamon corners them and does like a bit of shadow boxing, and then they slip under his legs and proceed to run away as he's rolling a giant ball he found somewhere at them. So they get back to Hikari, who is currently being possessed by the thing, and all the Numamon are worshiping her as Hikari-sama for I guess mostly because she freed them, but also because I guess they recognize whatever the fuck the thing is.
It's like,
in her.
congratulations,
The light.
Congratulations, Hikari! You started a cult.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, like, it's really funny. Like, the one thing about this that I found hysterical was like the wave and the wave and Numemon are enslaved is they have colors around their eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you can slip out of
Like,
those.
Hikari's like, Tailmon, please free everyone, and it's like, does she even need to do anything?
It's just funny. Anyway.
Yeah. So everyone gets back, or well, the kids being chased get back to the weird flower field they're standing in, along with Warumanzaimon, and then the Numamon attack. They fucking swarm him. Hikari is, fucking possessed by the entity, and they fight Warumanzaimon and just kind of easily beat him. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even really. Yeah.
It's not a fight at all, really. By the way, real quick fun fact. Metal, just real quick, we gotta make because Waru Manzaimon reminds me. Edamon is a Manzaimon on his like belt thing or something, and then when he's Metal Edamon, it turns into a little Waru Manzaimon. That's it.
Nice.
I thought that was neat.
So Warumanzaimon, after being defeated, is giving a report to Mugendramon, and Mugendramon is basically just like, "Okay, so you fail, you're useless." And it cuts to an
I'm so sorry, boss. My tummy hurts.
Also, like, I don't know if I caught on to this wrong. Do they like lightly imply that it might be the Manzaimon from the start of the show, or do they like?
I think someone says that, but then they go, "No, it's not him." But then maybe the subs were translated weird. It like some of the subs seems to imply that it is him, but I'm pretty sure
it felt like they left the implication that it might have been him.
But I'm pretty sure it's not meant to be him.
Yeah, because that wouldn't make any fucking sense.
What was it?
There's like
whether or not Warumanzaimon
it's
was
the same Manzaimon from early on, but it's not.
No,
I imagine
that
like
dude was chill.
I imagine someone like the Discotex subs might like translate that a little less weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after he's like, "I'm so sorry, boss," it cuts to an outside view of his little like room, and then it fucking explodes.
He's just dead.
Yeah, and then it shows like his arm on the ground as it fucking disintegrates. I'm like, okay, well,
Waru
he's dead.
means evil.
Yeah,
what a kind of worthless character, really. But
literally nothing. Served in. Actually, I think just served literally no purpose in that episode. Like the slapstick chase didn't need to happen.
It's kind of wasted time.
Yeah. So yeah, he's fucking dead. We cut back to Taichi and Koshiro. Taichi is still being really touchy about everything because trauma. And then like he tackles Koshiro to the ground as like because he gets super pissed off at Koshiro saying maybe we should like take it a bit slower. Like we don't need to find her immediately. She's probably okay. She's with the others. So Taichi tackles him to the ground, and then like clearly about to beat the shit out of him. But then he's like, "Someone's following us. Pretend we're fighting."
It turns out to be like a feint because he hears someone, which that was.
I think
it's pretty
I
cool.
think I think he was actually. I do think he was like
Yeah.
legit mad, but the tackling him bit was fake.
Well, that's the thing is like he tackles him and he says, "We're being followed. Come back." And then like later he mentions that he was like, he's like, "Oh, sorry for hitting you." And I was just like, "Oh, so it wasn't an act. You just actually hit him? Fucking all right."
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird.
I either that it's a bit of a weird moment, but like I assume just he realizes it after he's like about to hit him, or like when he like pushed him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like, oh,
the one
shit.
bit about this episode I kind of dig is like they bring Andromon back and they give him like a neat little thing that he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been.
I'm a one-man resistance.
He's been a resistance.
They kind of, in a way, bring something like that back for an Andromon intake. I realized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
We'll talk about that like in
a year,
6 months, year, whatever. But yeah, I thought that was neat. I thought, oh hey, they've actually been bringing back like a decent amount of the first arc Digimon to give them new things to do, and I think that's like a fun way. I think it's that's a fun way to like kind of full circle the whole show.
I did admittedly, because like fuzzy memories. I was like, all right, I count down to you dying as well.
Yeah, I was ready for him to just fucking eat it. So I personally I feel like this would have been a great time to introduce High Andromon, but it's fine. Andromon is still cool.
I don't think High Andromon actually existed at that time.
Probably
I don't
not.
think it did either.
Yeah, probably didn't.
But I was
anyway,
also thinking it's gonna be High Andromon.
Then also just Andromon's like, nah, fuck it, and he just actually squares up to Megendramon by himself.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, he sure is the strongest perfect level Digimon.
I think I really appreciate about the fight is like they start playing like the like fight music, and then like the second it cuts back to Hikari, it's like a full frame view of her face. Like the music cuts out too instantly. Like there's no fade. It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, after they are blowing up all the fucking underground area, they finally managed to meet up. Because I think Andromon like scanned the area and found where they were, and so led Mugendramon toward that area so they could all meet up again. Mugendramon gets swarmed by Numamon to the point they are covering every inch of his like body, and then he kills every single one of them.
Wait, before that, like he just like they reunite because Mugendramon just crashes through the wall, and then and then Taichi's like right behind them, and he's like they didn't even realize Andromon was there because he just slammed through so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, then like there's a weird bit where Hikari like so they all try to gang up on him. That doesn't work. There's this weird bit where Hikari like slowly walks up to Megendramon, then the Numemon surround him, then he kills. It's such a weirdly paced sequence.
Yeah. I think I have it over here that's like, sure would have been a cool setup for a Funimon. Okay, just Wargreymon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Draymon.
And then
because he has the Draymon killers, I guess, just fucking one-shots Mugendramon. He
doesn't even use them.
He does. He cuts them up.
Yeah, he cuts it. He cuts Mugendramon into.
He doesn't use Brave Tornado, but like he cuts it up, and it's just.
It's like
right.
The delay.
I thought the Dramon killers were fucking missiles. Never mind.
No, they're the claws.
They're the claws.
Yeah, he like the delayed kill is really cool looking. Especially Koromon's little speech after he gets like the scar going down his face, and he's like, "I have friends."
It's like they tried to make it like as impactful as possible because they had that bit. They had the bit with Koromon did that, and then they had like a fucking insert song playing over it. But it's like it was just so sudden, and it feels so limp.
Yep.
Even with all the stuff they add to it,
it's just like it's so fucking frustrating that this episode like rushes the conclusion so hard, and then still wait like it's fucking runtime on the Waru Manzaimon shit.
Yep.
So it's like you're both rushing it and wasting time. It's such a, and then also it's just anytime Hikari went into that fucking the thing mode, I started glazing over so hard. It's so uninteresting.
It's really, really bad.
It's just kind of lame.
Yep. That's it. Mugendramon's done. 2 episodes. That's all he gets. Technically,
It's-
really an episode and a half. Like,
Yeah, really. It's
he's
so
gone. He's done.
he's gone. It's so lame.
We got 5 episodes left. We gotta move.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's literally Hikari asks Taichi if they can set up graves for the Numamon, and he's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, man, fuck you.
That's
Whatever.
look at that character development. Look, he thought he wears like that's something. But man, fuck, it's such. I don't like this one. I really did not like this at all.
Yeah, this episode sucks. But like going back to discuss it, I think I actually just hate this episode genuinely.
Yeah, me too.
I don't hate it, but I don't care for it. I think it's the
Okay.
weakest of here. The weakest
Oh.
one by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll be fair. I'm also a little bit biased. I really like Mugendramon, so I look at this
Yeah.
like you fucked
don't-
him so bad. Come on.
I like because because well, how do you think? I really like Warumonzaimon, and they make him so fucking lame in this as well.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that of all the Dark Masters, Mugendramon has easily had the most staying power, and
Mhm.
this was his fucking introduction.
Yeah.
This
It's a bummer because
nothing.
I really like Pinocchiomon.
Yeah, Pinocchiomon's great. I love him based on like the series, but
Yeah.
they never gave him shit after
That's
this.
but that's the thing. I also really like it's not on Mugendramon himself because I really like
Mhm.
Mugendramon as a character and as a villain in this show. It's just the way his arc, like what his arc gives him to work with, is like nothing.
Yeah. It's rough.
They just don't. They just did not follow up.
And in a desperate attempt to keep this recording under 3 hours, welcome to the Dub Zone, episode 49, The Crest of Light. Which, sure, Goodbye Numamon was a bad name for this episode. The Crest of Light is arguably a better one.
Yeah.
Warumonzaimon's move, Bear Claw, has been changed to Bear Paw. Pointless change. Don't know why they bothered. Heartbreak
Why?
Attack. Who knows? Heartbreak Attack was left unchanged. Izzy recap. Tai freaked out because when she was younger, she almost died. Thanks, Izzy.
Surprised they were willing to say the word "die."
Yeah, no, I was shocked too.
Mhm.
When Kari wakes up, she asks how long she's been out, and TK says anywhere between 8 hours or 8 years, give or take a minute. And I was like, bro, she was like dying. Whatever. Kari says, hit the snooze button one more time, please, with a weirdly staggered delivery. The dub decides that Patamon went out by himself and found Sora and Biomon. Don't know why. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
At one point, Warumonzaimon says someone's been sleeping in my bed. Cool Goldilocks reference, I guess.
Because he's
bear.
a bear.
When he's doing his little shadow boxing, he says "Hiya Kicho," which is you know,
Oh no, that
yeah, which is great, so cool. Instead of they replace Hikari-sama with Queen Kari. They just repeat that over and over again.
I mean,
That's fine.
yeah,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty like 1-to-1, to be fair.
Yeah, a little bit.
As close as they could have gotten, which is why I'm shocked they did it.
I guess they could have done like O, like capital O, comma, but even that, I don't think kids would get that.
It's when Kari does that thing where she has the light and like it powers Gatomon up, and which is one of the ways where I was like, why, whatever. She says, "I'm surging with power. Quick, get me a scratching post."
That's kind of funny.
At this point, I was just like, kill me. They play Hey Digimon again. I was on the verge.
Champions of the digital world.
You were just complaining that they changed the song.
I know, and now they go back to it. I'm just like, what the fuck was that other song? Why did you even put it in the show? I'm so confused. Stop doing this to me. At some point, TK says that nightlight I used to have guided me toward the bathroom, relating it to the way Kari's crest glowed to guide them to the other kids. Okay.
Sure.
That's a run-on sentence.
Sure, dude. Whatever. You said words.
Okay. Warumanzemon dying might be the hardest I've laughed at this show in so fucking long. I'm gonna cut out everything. So, like, I'm gonna post a video in the call chat, and I need you guys to watch this. This is unedited. I
Okay.
literally clipped it straight from the episode.
All right.
Legitimately,
Let me see.
legitimately one of the funniest fucking things. It's in the show. Hold on. Where is it?
Is it in call chat or is it in...
Give me a fucking second.
Okay.
There it is. So hopefully this uploads without an issue. Yeah. So just watch this.
I wanted to tell you sooner, but they wounded me. Look at my owies and boo-boos.
I'm sorry. I should be more sympathetic after your grueling battle. Let me reward you for helping me locate the Digidestined.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
That's really good.
me when Are they okay? So my first question is: are they trying to make him sound like Winnie the Pooh?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I
Me
wrote
with my
down was
fucking owies and boo-boos, dude.
look at my owies and boo-boos. Let me reward you. Hard cut to the explosion.
They did not cut to the
My
explosion like that in
arm!
the sub, right?
Oh.
No. There's like it cuts to the outside view and they give it a second and the explosion happens. And this is just cut explosion.
Jesus
my,
Christ.
my arm is like fucking my leg.
He shot my paw. I was dying. I had to rewatch it like 3 times. It was fucking killing me. I'll probably throw it into the episode over where you got like the silence waiting for you guys to react to it, but holy fuck. Genuinely so funny. Anyway, at some point I think Izzy says just let our Digimon die and then goes it's just a figure of speech. Like that's not a figure of speech. That's not what that fucking means. When Ty is telling Izzy like apologizing for hitting him, he's like, "You can hit me back if you want." And Agumon's like, Izzy says no, and Agumon's like, "Can I hit you then?" And then Tenzumon's like, "I wouldn't mind a swipe myself."
That's good. I like that.
When Andromon is talking about how he has like a resistance army and they cut to the shot of like the dripping pool of water, he says, "While I'm here, I'm going to fix that drip." And
I'm always fixing my drip up, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm putting down. I'm tired.
I'm so tired. In the dub, Andromon knows Queen Kari for no reason at all. Just cuz. Makes no fucking sense. He would not know, but he knows. And when Koromon is talking about how his friends are what allowed him to beat Machine Dramon, instead he just says, "I sliced you like an onion." And then there's the reaction shots, and then Machine Dramon falls apart.
Sure.
Fucking excellent. Okay, that's the end. Hey, Angel, how are you feeling about the series now that we're going into the last 5 episodes?
Pretty good. Really liked it.
Awesome.
I still think the Vandal arc and just all the shit that happens in Tokyo is really, really good. It's also really funny how the series never sees that degree of quality again.
Yeah. Generally, the generally agreed upon opinion, like almost universal, is the Vandamon stuff is the best stuff in the show, and the rest is like okay.
Yeah,
Good to okay.
Yeah, like Metal Siege ROM was fine. I think most of the Pinocchio stuff was pretty good.
Yeah,
I think like honestly like more than anything, like the Mugen Dramon shit is just so fucking weighed down by like so much of the fucking Dark Ocean shits in here.
Oh
yeah. The Mugen Dramon arc is just like it's like the first episode of it is maybe my favorite, just because I like the approach, I like the backstory, I think it's all really great, and then the second like it's like really great episode, and the other one just sucks. It's such a like I feel like the Vandamon arc was a arc of like real like just constant highs and just really just constantly good, and then Dark Masters has been real fucking highs and lows for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't even
They're-
think the highs get up there with Am the Monarch either.
They don't. No.
No. Like there are parts of this set of episodes that I'm really like I really like, but they don't even come close to the Vandemon stuff. Like
Yeah.
they're good, but shit, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
By the way, real quick, since at the start of this we mentioned like, oh, it's a shame that New Thing's a webcomic and not an anime. They did also announce, hey, next year's the 25th anniversary of Digimon as an anime property.
oh
Yeah.
my god, fine, we're gonna
They-
get
Yeah, they got logos and everything.
They are very blatantly teasing that like next year's Digimon Con is going to be an anime announcement.
thank
Thank God.
God. Oh my, we need a new show so bad.
02 colon?
No,
No.
shut up.
I would kill myself.
Imagine it's a is it a Seekers anime?
That'd be nice.
Fine, that's
I'm going- I
fine.
want-
I'll take it.
That'd be I get to see
I
Lugumon, sure.
Didn't have a chance to mention it earlier, but I think it would have been really funny if they did a Seekers live action show, because they had all the because they had
like those
multiple
tea-
live
like
action
the little-
trailers.
Little trailers, yeah, fucking
Yeah.
sure.
God, that would have been
God.
great.
I actually
Yeah,
would have
next-
preferred that over the novel.
God, next week's the end. Can't
Yeah,
believe
It
it.
Yeah.
sure is. I
Yeah,
gotta
next session
catch up.
is the end of season 1, end of adventure, and then we'll
It's
have
been such a long journey all 5 of us have been on.
yeah, start to
You're-
finish,
yeah.
baby.
Yep.
I was gonna say something, but I feel like it would have pissed you off.
What?
It's like you're our. That was like I was gonna say you're our Rio, but I don't know how you feel about me compared to Rio.
Could you not have just called me the Hikari? It would have been more fucking relevant to the show.
I don't know why. Even though we're watching it, I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, she shows up later because she's just so
Yeah.
fucking. It's like, oh, it's just Hikari. I was like, all right.
You had
She shows
you
up.
had Hikari right there. Fucking in every way would have been more relevant. And you
I don't know
fucking
why.
Rio.
I don't know why. He just has supreme Sixth Ranger energy.
Well-
See, that's why he's the coolest.
To
I've
close
never
it
seen
out,
gamers, by the way.
to close everything out properly, hopefully Bridget never gets possessed by some weird entity that will later be retconned into the worst thing the entire franchise has ever produced. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Wait, what's it taking over me? No, stop.
Thank you for watching the DigiVerse DiveCast, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Boxing Day, which is when this should be going up. I am literally editing this at 11 a.m. on the 26th. I may have spent the entirety of yesterday playing Grand Blue Versus Rising because I forgot it was Monday and hadn't actually edited the podcast yet. So if you're listening to this, please chastise me in the comments for being obsessed with Grimnir Grand Blue. I deserve it. Anyway, happy holidays from us here at the DiveCast, and we'll see you next year.